The story begins with a rainstorm pouring down like a bucket of water on the ruined tower. Lightning tearing through the sky, casting a cold light over the scene, making the atmosphere even more gloomy and tragic. That woman tightly gripped the blood-stained knife in her hand. "Qinfeng, you really are formidable." In front of her was a warrior trapped among piles of monster corpses whose lifespan was depleting 100 times faster, yet still strong enough to surpass the ancient divine ruins. But the divine artifact, the Eye of Judgment, I have already taken it. The young man coughed up a mouthful of fresh blood, struggling to speak through the pain. "Cough, cough. Why? Why betray me now?" Lightning flashed again, illuminating the cold face of Xiao Yu. "You are my brother after all." "Qin Xiao Yu!" sneered her eyes full of contempt. "You Qin Feng? You're just my parents' adopted son, not even blood-related, yet you dare call yourself my brother." Song Fei stepped forward from behind his tone, mixed with reproach. "Xiao Yu, you shouldn't say things like that." The girl immediately brightened upon seeing him. "You're Song Fei." But that despicable man continued with a bitterly sarcastic tone. "Even your so-called brother has his uses." He raised his head proudly, looking at Qin Feng with satisfaction. "Qin Feng, I really have to thank you. Thanks to you, Qin Xiaoyu and I obtained this divine artifact to drain your lifespan immediately. It took me considerable effort to implant the soul-devouring mark into your body. So how do you like this parting gift?" Qin Feng's eyes dimmed, red blood streaming down his cheek. "Qin Xiaoyu, I have worked hard to raise you in place of our parents, even paid for your education. After the game started, I risked my life countless times for you. I truly misjudged you as my sister." Qin Xiaoyu brushed off those words coldly. "After our parents died, you always controlled me, interfered in my life. When you, Song Fei, and I needed protection, you still had some value. But now that the divine artifact is in our hands, you're useless." Song Fei clenched his sword and charged with a ruthless gaze. "Qin Feng, just rest assured and die. I will take good care of Qin Xiaoyu." Qin Feng screamed in hatred at the blade. "I won't forgive you two, even if I die." Then his head rolled off, blood staining the sky red. Memories replayed in Qin Feng's mind. In 2025, a brutal divine game appeared. Once asleep, people would be pulled into that world. The only currency in the game was life itself. Death would reduce lifespan. Killing monsters would increase it. The player's power was terrifyingly immense. They could consume lifespan to bring abilities from the game into reality. A warrior could tear a tank apart with bare hands, cut down planes with a single sword strike, or even withstand a nuclear bomb with their body no longer fantasy. Back to Qin Feng, he fought tenaciously among savage monsters. The world changed rapidly, disasters spreading everywhere. I led my sister through countless hardships, luckily becoming one of the 100 strongest warriors in the world. Power surged into my eyes, granting me superior abilities. After countless trials and overcoming immense dangers, I finally conquered the ancient divine ruins and obtained the divine artifact, the Eye of Judgment. I was worthy of reaching the pinnacle. But then the cold blade pressed against his body. Qin Xiaoyu mercilessly plunged the knife deep into Qin Feng. The blade transformed into thorny branches, piercing his flesh, causing excruciating pain. I have been betrayed again by my only relative. My head rolled into a shadowed corner among the rocks. It turned out my whole life's sacrifices were wasted efforts. All my efforts only served others' interests. In those near-death moments, Qin Feng's will grew even stronger. "I won't accept this. If I get a chance to live again, I swear I will live for myself." His vision gradually darkened. Suddenly, the young man woke up on a familiar bed. Qin Feng sat up, utterly confused. "Where is this, the real world?" He broke out in a cold sweat, hurriedly touching his neck. "Wasn't I already dead, 2025? Qin Feng hurriedly looked out the window. Could it be that the bustling city night scene appearing means I have come back to life? Back 9 years ago, right when the brutal divine game was launched. Qin Xiaoyu kicked the door open with an annoyed expression. Seeing him, she screamed, "Qin Feng, you really are home. Why didn't you answer my calls? On the day the game launched, Qin Xiaoyu and I had a fierce argument because of Song Fei. Qin Xiaoyu was so angry, she smashed a trash can. Am I not supporting you and Song Fei? Are you trying to disappear on me? You don't even understand how important my support this time is. Qin Feng recalled some old details before the game was launched. Song Fei was a famous underground idol, and Qin Xiaoyu was his obsessed fan. Song Fei appeared glamorous, but was actually a scoundrel who secretly deceived many female fans for money and their bodies. To protect Qin Xiaoyu, he never allowed her to associate with him. Unexpectedly, she accused him of interfering in her life. Qin Xiaoyu's voice rang out loudly. Those fans and street thugs have started infringing on his rights. I have to support him. Those damn crazy fans and Rong Shi are disgusting, clinging to him while he's in crisis. And you're here blocking me, cutting off my money, making me look pathetic, and you have to take responsibility for this. The girl's voice grew louder as she pointed directly at Qin Feng. Hey, are you dead? I'm talking to you. Are you pretending not to hear because of you? He dropped in this month's rankings. Before she could finish, Qin Feng delivered a strong slap across her face. Qin Xiaoyu fell to the floor amid the mess she had caused. Her face swollen and eyes teary, she said, Qin Feng, you dare hit me. Qin Feng glared coldly. Qin Xiaoyu, today, I have neither the time nor the mood to waste on you. But if you dare cause trouble again, I'll slap your mouth to pieces. He took out a bank card. This is the money our parents left behind. Over the years, no matter how hard life was, I never touched a penny. Today, I'm giving it all to you. He threw the card at her head, holding a glass of water opening the door. Because of our parents, I won't hold grudges against you. But listen carefully from now on. He closed the door firmly, his voice resolute. Qin Feng, I don't have a sister like you. Qin Xiaoyu hugged her cheek, sobbing loudly on the floor, looking very aggrieved. Qin Feng sat alone in his room, lost in deep thought. In his previous life, to protect Qin Xiaoyu, he missed too many opportunities. There were countless secret realms and treasures that required risking everything to explore, but he gave them all up. In his hand were some eye supplements. I'm very curious, without this burden, what realm can I reach? He swallowed the pill with a gulp of water. This time I will make full use of the knowledge from my previous life about the game, surpassing everyone. The young man set this glass down on the table. Qin Xiaoyu, you can fend for yourself. Thinking of Song Fei, anger flared within him. I will personally kill you. Qin Feng entered a water-filled space, observing the gates around him, whispering in the grand hall, choosing a profession. How nostalgic. He remembered the first time he came here, panicking for hours before finally choosing a profession and leaving. This time, he had to be faster. In front of him was the image of a warrior from his previous life. He had chosen to be a soldier to protect Qin Xiaoyu. Although the soldier was not weak, it no longer suited him. Without Qin Xiaoyu holding him back, his solo speed would be much faster. Qin Feng scanned for mobility, the most important factor. He quickly spotted his target. The young man touched the mirror's surface, making his decision. This life I will choose assassin. A brilliant surge of power rose. The divine artifact, the Eye of Judgment, completed its binding. Those eyes stared straight at Qin Feng. The Eye of Judgment activated its unique attribute, the Power of Judgment, a passive ability. Upon entering the brutal divine game, he automatically received the highest level profession and talent. Qin Feng was pleased. An Eye of Judgment, yet it's still bound to me upon rebirth. So that's how it is. Once a divine artifact chooses its owner, even if it's gouged out, it's useless. Or maybe it's what helped me come back to life. A dark power surged into his body, pulling him into a vortex, constantly transforming. Congratulations, you have received the shadow profession. Qin Feng's arm extended from the gap, completing the profession change. His hair turned white. His outfit changed accordingly. You have become the shadow. Qin Feng felt power spreading throughout his body. Darkness. This was the highest hidden profession of the assassin, completely different from the warrior of his previous life, just receiving the profession granted such power. He opened his amber eyes wide. Each time a profession is chosen, the chance of getting a high-level hidden profession is extremely low. Yet the power of judgment brought an absolute rate. The system announced Power of Judgment, the most ancient primordial power in the universe, overriding all rules and order. You do not yet have divine nature and cannot actively activate the power, but the passive effect remains. You are enveloped in a sphere of primordial energy with supreme authority, surpassing rules and order. This reminded him of a detail from his previous life. It wasn't until the 7th year of the game that a warrior escaped the divine land and abandoned it for the land of order. Only then did humanity learn of the power of order. But even after many years, no one attained the power of order. Qin Feng was excited. Unexpectedly, on the very first day of rebirth, I possess primordial power, surpassing both order and rules. Once I leave the divine land and enter the land of order and gain divine nature, I will activate the power. Looks like I have a big new goal this life. The system displayed a notification, Profession Selection Complete. Please enter your in-game name. He pondered. If my profession is born from darkness, then just call me Shadow. He touched the screen. The system responded. Your name has been set. Shadow. The surrounding space darkened as he entered the divine land abandoned by others. A desolate place overrun by countless monsters. Be careful, they're ready to tear you apart and steal your life at any moment. Leaving the town to kill monsters will earn you lifespan that can be traded. Qin Feng appeared in the town. But if you die in the game, half of your lifespan will be deducted, including both tradable and non-tradable lifespan. Voso Town is a peaceful area with no monsters, and players cannot attack each other. Lifespan loss rate is reduced by 1 time. Chaos surrounds him. Hey, where is this? What's a profession? What's a code name? I just finished my night shift and went straight to bed. Is this a hallucination? Qin Feng observed silently, thinking. So many people have already been pulled into this game. Someone else shouted, I don't know, I've been eating chicken all night and fell asleep. How did I end up here? It hurts. This isn't a dream. Looks like we've been pulled into a game. Qin Feng quietly passed through the crowd. Powerful players from many countries would soon appear to reshape the world order. If he wanted to get ahead, he had to act fast. A curious person looked at him. What's your profession? Why does he look different from us? Look at the dagger in his hand. Probably an assassin. I'm an assassin too, but why don't I look cool like him? Look, he even has special effects. Qin Feng carefully pulled the cloth over his face and walked on. In front of him were a few people just returning from battle. It hurt so much. So when you die, you return to town. They feared the monsters were too fierce. Just one bite took half our health. How can we fight it? It's only a level 1 point. Creep, yet the 3 of us attacking only took away 1/3 of its health. Half my lifespan has already been deducted. The 3 men looked at the girl in the middle. Sister Lezi, what should we do now? Qin Feng observed her. The archer's initial weapon was a short bow, but she used a long bow. Seems like this is also a hidden profession. Lezi approached, inviting him. Brother, it seems you have a hidden profession. Join our team. The monsters out there are strong. One person can't handle them. Our team was wiped out once, so we have experience. Qin Feng guessed it meant experience from being killed. He replied, No need. 2 guys followed her, smirking. If you don't speak, are you pretending to be a master? The 5 of us can't even beat you. Do you think you can do it alone? Haha. I told you it's dangerous out there. Yet you want to go alone. Want to die. Exactly. He has a noble hidden profession and is an assassin. If he can't fight, he can at least run. Lezi opened a window to check his name, Shadow. What a cunning guy. She signaled the team to follow. Let's watch him and see what skills he has. Maybe we can learn new info about the monsters. Conveniently, they could see how he died. Her face darkened. Then she smiled slyly. Qinfeng walked calmly down the path, heading deeper into the forest. Li Zi hid behind a tree, observing the abandoned divine land. This place was strange and dangerous. Though she didn't know why she was here, years of online gaming had taught her to quickly form a team. Recalling that monster she still used herself. Unexpectedly, the first monster in the newbie village wiped out their entire team. That wasn't an enemy a level 1 player could beat, the two guys commented. His initial weapon is different from yours. You use daggers. He uses a broadsword. Not only that, he's faster. The assassin's agility stat should be the highest. His clothes are different from ours, too. Lizzie harbored suspicions. This shadow guy is very unusual. Let's follow him and maybe get important info. Suddenly, Qinfeng quietly turned back. Lizzie jumped, realizing she'd been spotted. But he immediately used the skill Phantom, his body disappearing right before the gate. The others rushed over. Where did he go? He just vanished like that. Is this stealth skill? A basic skill that's already stealth. Humph. What kind of cool profession is this? They gave up and returned. Let's go back to town and find a chance to level up. It's too dangerous out there. We've died once already. Our remaining lifespan is only half. Right, maybe there's a hidden reward treasure or NPC. Actually, Qinfeng was just invisible using phantom stealth until attacked. The first strike out of stealth increases power doubles stealth duration and raises stealth level by 1. He realized something useful. Can't see myself. This shadow profession is really special. Assassin stealth at this level is usually easy to detect, but shadow has phantom mastery. No one, not even monsters, can detect me early on. Qinfeng continued deeper into the forest. The naive newbies wouldn't find anything useful in town. It was just a refuge in this brutal divine game. After a while, he opened the system panel. Stealth time had expired, but luckily the cooldown started from activation, so stealth would be ready again in a few seconds. The info panel appeared. Character name Shadow. Profession Shadow. Level 1. Lifespan non-tradable 75 years. Lifespan tradable none. Strength 10 plus 3. Constitution 10 plus 3. Agility 10 plus 8. Spirit 10 plus 5. Qinfeng calculated. The base attribute for all players was 10 points. Different professions added points based on this. In his previous life, his warrior only had plus 3 strength and constitution. This time, Shadow added points to all attributes with agility, boosted by 8 and 5 free attribute points. He considered that many players would choose to increase strength or spirit to boost physical or magical damage. But that was a mistake. He put all his points into agility 10 plus 30. Magic radiating from him grew stronger. Agility was the key factor. But in the early stage, damage from any monster could crush a player. Only by increasing agility and speed could one kill monsters without getting hurt. Suddenly he heard a noise. A monster perched on a branch, its mouth spewing soul fragments. A level 1 creep of normal grade devouring lifespan. He frowned. It seemed this was the one who had taken down the other 4. As soon as it spotted its prey, the fierce monster lunged aggressively. Observing the scattered wounds on its body, it was clear the previous group had caused it significant damage. Qinfeng immediately jumped back to dodge. He knew once a monster defeated a player, it would steal their lifespan. By absorbing lifespan, it could evolve and grow stronger. Qinfeng activated a skill to lift his body. His hand gripped the dagger's handle tightly while activating stealth mode. His figure vanished in the open field. The creep panicked, looking around frantically. Unable to detect the enemy, Qinfeng silently appeared right above it. From above, he launched a critical stab, breaking stealth. The system immediately notified. You dealt 174 damage. You have killed a level 1 creeper. You gained 10 experience points. Lifespan from the monster flowed directly into Qinfeng's body. He didn't expect a single strike to finish the opponent. Although he knew attacking the creeper's weak spot could cause critical damage, this damage far exceeded expectations. At the same time, he unlocked a new skill, Backstab. This skill states that if you attack while out of the enemy's sight, damage doubles. Qinfeng was surprised and thought, so that's how it is? There's even a backstab skill. Activating multiple profession skills simultaneously pushed damage to terrifying levels. Qinfeng suddenly paused for a few seconds. Memories from his previous life flooded back. He clearly remembered that before a warrior's critical hit only dealt 40 damage and took a long time to kill a creeper, often getting seriously injured. At that time, he also held the power core, but had willingly given it to Qin Xiaoyu. Now Qinfeng held the core himself. The system announced, you have gained an additional 3 tradable lifespan days. You have gained an additional 54 years and 155 days of non-tradable lifespan. Strength gradually faded. The 5 people killed by the creeper each lost at least 35 lifespan years, totaling over 100 years, but when transferred to the creeper, only 54 years remained. Nevertheless, Qinfeng didn't mind. Non-tradable lifespan was temporarily useless. Suddenly, the Eye of Judgment reacted, activating the power of judgment. The system continued. Congratulations, you have received the Infinite Evolution Talent, a primordial level talent. When killing monsters in single-player mode, you have a chance to earn evolution points used to upgrade skills. Every 24 hours, you automatically receive 5 evolution points. If you defeat a boss monster in single-player mode, you receive 100% evolution points. Currently, Qinfeng has 5 evolution points. Excited, he opened the system panel, muttering infinite evolution and skill upgrades. In my previous life, I never heard of this. Whether devices or skill books dropped by monsters always stayed at the initial level and couldn't be changed. So this was the power that surpassed all rules and order. Qinfeng smirked, deciding to experiment. He chose to upgrade Phantom and Backstab, costing 4 evolution points. The skills upgraded successfully. Phantom upgraded from normal to bronze level, allowing invisibility for 12 to 16 seconds. Attacking breaks stealth, but the next attack increases damage by 60 to 90. Cooldown reduced from 28 to 26 seconds. Backstab upgraded from low to normal level, with a passive effect, attacks from behind, increased damage by 10% to 15%. Qinfeng clenched his fist excitedly. Phantom's invisibility duration increased to 16 seconds. Combined with Phantom Mastery, this time doubled to 32 seconds. With such a long invisibility duration, he was almost in an infinite stealth state. If this skill continued to be upgraded, even a full health creeper could be killed in one strike. Suddenly, a voice rang out behind him. Quick, look at that skinny kid. He defeated the monster all by himself. Another voice added, I told you this game is really simple. The girl standing next to the man praised him. Gang Zai, you're amazing. With your stamina, you could beat 10 people. Gang Zai proudly declared, I'll protect you. With me here, don't worry. Qinfeng suddenly sensed something was wrong. Above them, a monster hidden in the tree canopy revealed only its glowing red eyes. A voice spoke. Brother, I see you're struggling, going alone. Want me to accompany you? Qinfeng immediately activated his stealth and disappeared. The 2 others were surprised. Hey, where's Gang Zi? He was just here. Gang Zi laughed loudly. He must be scared of my muscular build. But the monster had already come very close. The girl in Lazi turned pale, screaming, Oh my God, what the hell is that? The monster bit once, spraying black blood. The Nurturer was a level 1 boss of bronze grade commanding a swarm of small spiders level 1 and normal grade. Qinfeng had prepared in advance with Phantom. The Nurturer was a newbie boss with about 110 to 600 health, far beyond the capability of new players, especially since it commanded a swarm of small spiders. Qinfeng silently charged toward the boss. He whispered, Perfect, let me test the power of my newly upgraded skill. He aimed at the Nurturer's eye and unleashed a stealth-breaking strike. The boss roared, its body staggering. Qinfeng immediately went back into stealth, retreating with Phantom undetectable. The monster could only growl in frustration. The system notified, you dealt 338 damage attacking a weak point. Qinfeng hid behind a branch to avoid danger, thinking. Luckily, I'm fast enough. With just over 130 health, one hit would kill me. The system continued. You received 9 damage. But Qin Feng didn't care. He was thrilled that his last strike dealt over 300 damage, so exhilarating. The monster began destroying the surrounding trees, poisonous blood splattering everywhere. Qin Feng's eyes shone brightly. It had gone mad. He realized these monsters were very smart, not just standing still, but reacting flexibly. He bent down, picked up a stone, and observed the boss's reckless attacks. The small spiders were on alert, preventing him from approaching easily, but Qin Feng's guess was correct. The nurturer continued rampaging, and he threw the sturdy stone forcefully at it. The stone hit the spider's belly. The system reported you dealt 299 damage, attacking a weak point. Qin Feng still held another stone. Indeed, his main damage came from stealth escapes with phantom and enhanced profession skills. Therefore, even throwing stones that hit enemies caused significant damage. He leaned to gain momentum and threw another stone through a baby spider's head as Phantom's cooldown ended. Activating effects like stealth breaking, strike backstab, and attacking weak points, the system notified. You dealt 279 damage, attacking a weak point. Qin Feng retreated behind a tree and activated Phantom to re-enter stealth. Wait for the cooldown, then continue attacking. In the peaceful town, a shocking event occurred. The leaderboard updated player Phantom defeated the bronze-level Nurturer, becoming the first to reach level 2. The Voso Town level leaderboard activated. This news stunned players in town. Oh my god, I was killed twice by little monsters and still don't understand what's going on. And someone already soloed a boss, one exclaimed. If anyone knows this amazing guy, introduce me, said another. You soloed? No way. There's only one name on the leaderboard. A trembling voice said, Sister Lizi's shadow is the one who just left. Lizi couldn't believe it. How did he reach level 2 so fast? It's illogical, and he even defeated a boss. Someone else doubted. Our whole team couldn't even kill normal monsters yet. He soloed a bronze boss. The system must be wrong. Gangze and the girl with him were also stunned, seeing the giant spider defeated, though small spiders remained. Who is Shadow? Could he be the stealth assassin from earlier? Nearby, the system continued. You have defeated the bronze-level Nurturer. You gained 300 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 2. You received 2 evolution points. The Voso Town leaderboard is now open. You gained 1 reputation point. The announcement was sent to the entire town. Qin Feng absorbed the power, but regretted the big spider's death. The small spiders scattered and fled. He blamed himself for carelessness. He should have killed the small spiders first to gain more experience. The system continued. You received 46 tradable lifespan days. Skill book. Greedy Hand, bronze level corrosive strike. Attack power, plus 35 agility, plus 4, requires level 1 to infinite evolution points. Seeing the skill book, Qin Feng was immediately surprised. Greedy Hand was an assassin skill allowing use on monster corpses with a 20% chance to gain extra loot. He didn't expect a bronze boss to drop a divine assassin skill. Qin Feng understood Greedy Hand could significantly improve loot collection. In later stages after killing strong bosses, this skill gave a 20% chance for extra loot. He recalled in his previous life, a member of the Godslayer Guild with average strength became highly sought after and always had bodyguards thanks to this skill. Qin Feng was even more amazed thinking about the infinite evolution talent. He looked at his hand, murmuring, though Greedy Hand only has a 20% chance combined with this talent, the loot drop rate should increase infinitely. The peaceful classroom scene continued amid the turmoil. Qin Xiaoyu's friend worriedly asked Qin Xiaoyu, "Didn't you call to apologize to your brother?" "Yesterday we skipped the exam to secretly cheer for Song Fei. Your brother must be really mad." Qin Xiaoyu replied irritably, "I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I apologize? If it weren't for him, we almost missed the entrance time yesterday. He should be the one apologizing to me." Her friend sighed. "But he's really good to you. Sometimes I'm jealous you have a brother like that." Qin Xiaoyu was annoyed. "Who cares? He just bosses me around all day. Besides, he's not even my real brother." "I have Song Fei, and that's enough. Her friend changed the subject. By the way, what happened to your face? Qin Xiaoyu hesitated. I fell. As they entered the school, they saw a crowd gathered. What's going on? Why are so many people around my class? Her friend pushed through and saw a student slumped over a desk. Everyone around looked confused. She was surprised. What happened to Zhang Wei? Why is he transparent? Another student, sweating, said, I'm not sure. Earlier, Zhang Wei said he wanted to catch up on sleep, and then he ended up like this. Some people shouted, wow, Zhang Wei's case isn't isolated. It's spread all over the internet. It seems everyone worldwide is experiencing this. Some experts believe that as long as people sleep, they enter a transparent illusion state. But the cause remains unclear. Her friend quickly pulled out her phone. I have to call and remind my parents right away. She turned to Qin Xiaoyu. You should call your brother and warn him to be careful. Qin Xiaoyu sulked. I won't contact him first. People like him would be better off dead. Meanwhile, Qin Feng continued to grow stronger, with the new skill Greedy Hand successfully evolving from bronze to gold level. Assassin skills now had a 20% to 70% chance to gain extra loot from monster corpses. He learned this skill immediately. The system announced Greedy Hand Judgment skill successfully acquired. You received 2 evolution points and 46 tradable lifespan days. Qin Feng laughed loudly. His luck wasn't bad gaining 2 more evolution points. He only needed 3 more points to upgrade Greedy Hand to level 3, reaching a 100% loot drop rate. He activated Phantom Stealth. He thought the countries must have noticed this problem as more people rushed into the game. He had to speed up. First, he equipped what he could. Corrosive Bronze Broadsword attack power plus 35, agility plus or 4, requires level 1. Walking through the forest, Qin Feng told himself that soon everyone would realize that skills and equipment in the game could be applied to reality. Then the world would be engulfed in a bloodstorm. To use skills and equipment in real life, 2 conditions were needed, reaching level 10 and having enough tradable lifespan. Hunting small monsters was too slow. He needed to find stronger bosses. Suddenly, a desperate scream rang out. Run quickly. Qin Feng moved to a cliff edge and looked down carefully. A creeper was attacking another team, a level 2 fast runner of bronze grade. Qin Feng watched with interest. The fast runner was a pillow when he was sleepy, but the warrior fighting the monster surprised him. Wait, that's Wang Meng. Didn't expect to meet him here. He recalled rumors that when Wang Meng first entered the game, he formed a team with 6 players, all possessing hidden professions. Wang Meng shouted Divine Shield. A protective shield appeared blocking the attack. Wang Meng's hidden profession was Warrior Shield Saint, with initial attributes double that of a normal warrior, plus an invincible skill. The team's mage girl gathered a fireball, aimed straight at the arm of the fleeing enemy. Qin Feng silently assessed the damage of the prophet, a mage class with double the damage of a normal mage, accompanied by a fireball. He quickly analyzed the other support members as well. Hidden professions included the sniper, with keen eyes, having double the attributes of a normal archer, plus a continuous shooting skill. The divine priest had double healing ability compared to a normal priest starting with group healing skills. But all attacks and magic missed their targets. The monster charged at Wang Meng, pushing him back. The archer shouted, No, this boss is too fast. Attacking from afar is hard to hit. Wang Meng ducked and ordered healer heal me. The rest keep attacking and whittle down the boss's health to death. Hearing this, Qin Feng thought to himself that Wang Meng was too optimistic about whittling down the boss's health. He forgot this was the wild, if the battle dragged on too long. As Qin Feng predicted, more monsters appeared behind Wang Meng, easily attracting additional monsters to rush in. He observed carefully and noticed a level 2 common-grade polluter monster. Its body was covered in dark brown mud and specialized in ranged attacks. Another warrior swung his sword and charged, shouting, Boss, be careful. The swordsman immediately caught Qin Feng's attention. He thought, interesting, there's another hidden profession I've never seen. However, the damage he dealt was only a few tens insignificant, but his defense was truly impressive. Suddenly, the monster spat sticky slime, slowing the whole team and putting them in a tight spot. So foul, damn it, this is bad. Their movement speed was severely reduced. The mage girl panicked and screamed before the monster grabbed her. Help me. Qinfeng vanished suddenly from the cliff. He lunged down and delivered a sharp slash, chopping off the monster's head. The archer priest and even Wang Meng were stunned. The mage girl exclaimed upon seeing the monster's corpse fall. Just one move to kill the polluter. Who is that? Is someone helping us? The swordsman struggled to get up, muttering, even for a level 1 creeper we had to surround and attack for over 10 seconds to kill it. How could a level 2 polluter be killed almost instantly? Another monster behind him was also hit and vanished. He panicked. Do you know who that is? The mage girl quickly replied, I didn't see anything. Wang Meng quickly regained composure and firmly said, Hopefully this person came to help us. Don't get distracted. Keep fighting. The team focused on the creeper. Now only the fast runner remained. Maintain the pace as before, Wang Meng ordered. Meanwhile, Qinfeng, hidden in the tree, quietly accepted the rewards. The system notified, you have defeated 2 level 2 polluters. You gained 40 experience points and 1 evolution point. You picked up a skill book, Toxic Darts Normal Grade. You received 8 tradable lifespan days. Qinfeng opened the system panel and decided to upgrade the Toxic Darts skill. This skill deals continuous damage at medium and long range. He thought to himself, good, let's evolve it immediately. Toxic Darts was upgraded to silver level, an assassin skill allowing throwing darts up to 14 meters, dealing 120 base damage with a severe poison status, causing 50% continuous damage per second, plus a weakening effect, lasting 5 seconds that cannot stack. Cooldown is 5 seconds, requiring level 2. Suddenly, the fast runner charged forward and stabbed Wang Meng hard in the stomach. He was lifted off the ground, screaming in pain. His teammates were stunned. The priest tried to heal him, but it was useless. The healing couldn't keep up with the damage. Wang Meng struggled to speak. Everyone run quickly. From above, a dart shot down. He stabbed straight into the monster's head, spraying green blood, hitting a weak point. 2 teammates gaped. What was that? The boss lost half its health in an instant. Wang Meng was released. As the monster writhed in pain, green blood covered its body. The fast runner's health gradually drained over time, finally collapsed. The system announced your damage rate exceeded 90%. The loot belongs to you. You have defeated the bronze level fast runner. You gained 600 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 3. You received 2 evolution points and 55 tradable lifespan days. Qinfeng held the dart, evaluating that the continuous damage from toxic darts perfectly complemented his passive skill. Combined with Phantom, he could stealth and throw unlimited darts in early and mid stages. No monster was a match. An energy orb appeared, making Wang Meng confused. Is this even human damage? The orb quickly vanished. He exclaimed. The loot light disappeared. Wang Meng stood up and looked around. Brother, I don't know which deity you are, but thanks for saving my life. Qinfeng, still in stealth, coldly replied. Thanks in the wild, don't trust anyone easily. Wang Meng nodded, accepting it. I understand. Thanks for the reminder, Elder. I won't bother you. Check my gear. I'm Wang Meng. If you ever need help, just find me. A chatterbox added, Elder, I'm Da Li Zi. Can I be friends with you? Wang Meng barked. Stop talking, let's go. Qinfeng stopped thinking Wang Meng wasn't bad and was trustworthy. Moreover, he had the support of the government and abundant resources. The 3 things Qinfeng lacked were a stable sales channel. Later, he could sell unwanted items to him. He activated Greedy Hand. The system announced, congratulations. You received 3 evolution points and 55 tradable lifespan days. He obtained sprint leather pants, bronze level, and equipped them immediately. Assassin gear physical defense, +8 elemental resistance, +5 cooldown reduction, 115% requires level 2. Qinfeng was satisfied. This haul wasn't bad. He still had many items and skill books from other professions. When his backpack was full, he would return to town to exchange them for tradable lifespan. Looking up at the sky, he muttered, "My development speed has surpassed my previous life by hundreds of times. Song Fei, I'll find you soon." At that moment, another group of players struggled against monsters. Noticing the dire situation, they shouted, "No! The monsters are increasing! Run!" But their intention was crushed by a giant figure. "Hey, what are you all dazing for?" They faced a strange monster with a fragile body and restless eyes. "What is this thing?" The monster tensed up. It shot out thorny vines that struck the whole group. They were pulled back to town, collapsing. It was usually a gathering place for players in confusion. People whispered, "Have you heard someone is willing to pay 10,000 to have Elder Shadow help level up? Because of too many deaths, lifespan is decreasing. Those with money have started acting. How can ordinary people like us compete?" Qinfeng stepped out of the forest, pressed the confirm button on the screen. A carpet was spread out, flying items, equipment, and skills only sold for 10 minutes. If you want to buy, hurry up. The crowd of players was amazed. "Oh my God, when did this guy appear? He's wearing 2 bronze items and plans to sell more. Is he the one who defeated the bronze boss?" They looked up at his name, Shadow. "This is Shadow, the top of the leaderboard." They whispered, "Why can't we see his face clearly?" He activated full concealment. So mysterious. A mage approached and asked, "How much are you selling the Ice Needle skill for?" Qinfeng responded, 100 days of lifespan for the trade. This woman was Grey Rose, ranked 11th in Vozo Town. She also activated full concealment. She hesitated. 100 days is a bit much. "Can you sell it cheaper?" He explained, Ice Needle is a normal level skill, very strong for the magic system, especially in the current monster hunting stage. 100 days is already cheap. Grey Rose asked further, "Can I use real-world money?" Qinfeng offered a solution. "If you have money, buy lifespan from others first, then trade with me. If no one offers a higher price, I'll keep the item for you." Grey Rose raised her eyebrows. Wait a moment. She returned to her group and exchanged messages. "What should we do?" "We have Ice Needle. Our team can reach level 3 soon and leave the game." Someone replied, "Thanks to her leadership, we're progressing fast. I don't object." The whole group agreed. Grey Rose nodded. "All right, everyone, transfer your tradable lifespan to me. When we return to reality, I'll send you the cash," she ordered. The female mage quickly gathered the required amount. "Here's 100 tradable lifespan days. Go ahead." Qinfeng silently assessed that a level 2 team must have defeated at least 30 to 40 creepers, so their total tradable lifespan definitely exceeded 100 days. The system announced, "You sold the Ice Needle skill book and received 100 tradable lifespan days." Tradable lifespan increased from 268 days to 368 days. Grey Rose had just left when Lizzie hurried over, her voice fierce. "Finally found you, Shadow!" She declared, "Shadow, I'm giving you a chance. Help me reach level 3, and when we return to the real world, I'll pay you 10,000 in cash." The people around broke into a cold sweat. Hearing that someone was willing to pay 10,000 to find Shadow was real. This person can just earn 10,000. Like that? Qinfeng frowned, looking at the girl. He immediately recognized her as Li Zi. In his previous life, she was the leader of a criminal gang eventually destroyed by the government. She still arrogantly boasted, "My father is the chairman of Dajiang Industrial Company. You can check freely. Don't worry, I'm not short of money." Qinfeng quickly saw through her intentions. Reports from his past life showed Li Zi used cash to buy tradable lifespan as bait, then kidnapped players to force them into illegal work, even killing those who disobeyed in real life. He cursed her silently as scum and bluntly refused. "I refuse." Li Zi arrogantly refused to back down. "Shadow, even if you're strong in the game and no one understands this game now, follow me. I guarantee you'll live a comfortable life. Good food, nice clothes, luxury cars, mansions, beautiful women. Whatever you want." Qinfeng coldly ignored her. "If you're not buying, don't interfere with my business. Cash is useless." The currency ruling this world is tradable lifespan. Li Zi's face twisted with anger. I spit on you. I invited you because I valued you. If this were the real world, I'd have beaten you up already. Xinfeng's killing intent flared. Say one more word and I'll make your lifespan go negative. His terrifying aura made Li Zi and her team panic and flee hastily. Run! Wait for me, they shouted as they ran. Xinfeng continued trading, earning a decent haul. The system announced you sold a bronze-level phantom cloak and received 19 tradable lifespan days. Tradable lifespan increased from 527 days to 546 days. Done time to pack up, he muttered. A player holding a staff shouted, "This power!" Xinfeng smiled and finished packing. He prepared to continue hunting his next target, the Cursed One. Xinfeng's figure dissolved into the air thanks to Phantom. At this moment, no one knew that tradable lifespan could turn skills into reality. No one expected the Forsaken Divine game would cause the real world's order to collapse. Xinfeng's gaze grew firmer. The values once proudly held would soon become meaningless. Only personal strength was the foundation of everything. The people around were stunned. Hey, where did he go? So mysterious, vanished without a trace. What profession is that? Li Zi's group ran into an alley, everyone panting heavily. She bitterly shouted, "That shadow bastard not only refused my offer, but dared to threaten me. When I return to the real world, I'll definitely catch and kill you." From the alley, a man stepped out and introduced himself. "Hello, Sister Li Zi. I'm Mao Lijun. You can call me Old Mao. I'm currently level 2 and know some leveling tricks. I can help you level up. Is that 10,000 still on the table?" Li Zi crossed her arms, curious. What tricks Old Mao was vague. "I won't say for ordinary people, but for you, Sister Li Zi, to show sincerity, I'll make an exception this once." He explained, to level up quickly, you have to put all 5 initial attribute points into agility. That way, when running at full speed, you'll be a bit faster than the creepers, understand? Li Zi realized. So that's how this game is played. She gritted her teeth. Damn it, I already put 5 points into strength. She praised him. You're pretty skilled. Help me level up, but you're not as strong as me, so I'll only pay 5,000 to get me to level 3. I'll transfer the money when we return to the real world. Old Mao nodded. No problem. That shadow guy may be strong, but clearly has issues. 10,000 so easy and he doesn't want it. What an idiot. At this moment, Xinfeng had returned to a tree branch in the forest. The Cursed One had grown taller and more terrifying, evolving into a silver-level boss. Gray mist wrapped around its body, a sign it was still advancing. He upgraded his toxic darts from silver to gold, which took at least 7 to 8 hours. Too lazy to wait, he muttered. He threw a dart at the monster's weak point, dealing massive damage thanks to stealth-breaking strike. The Cursed One's poisonous blood poured like rain, combined with the dart's damage over time effect. Xinfeng used stealth to hide. The monster gathered a magic orb. As a silver-level boss, it had 2 to 3 times the health of a bronze boss, requiring careful strategy. The monster roared, lifting the orb. It unleashed magic that exploded across the ground. Xinfeng jumped to dodge, keeping his distance. The Cursed One was a magic-type boss, mainly using wide-area, high-damage attacks. After throwing darts, he had to retreat immediately to avoid the attack range. With his current health and defense, one hit would be fatal. The monster's eye sockets glowed, launched a wide-area attack wildly erratic. Xinfeng both hid and dodged, waiting to find the image from earlier. The boss's attacks weakened as expected. He immediately re-entered stealth, escaping the attack range. Clenching his poisoned dagger, he charged forward, aimed straight at the monster's eye, and unleashed a stealth-breaking strike. The health bar dropped sharply with many bleeding effects. The turtle-like creature lowered itself and ran on all 4s. Xinfeng followed behind, drawing another dagger. The boss saw its health was low and fled. He smirked and jumped up. Good run away and panic. Be obedient and die quickly, saving me some effort. He launched a familiar strike, stabbing straight into its head. The system announced, you have defeated the silver-level Cursed One. You received 1,800 experience points. Congratulations on leveling up to 5. You received 4 evolution points and 124 tradable lifespan days. Xinfeng was amazed. Its power helped him level up twice and earn 4 evolution points. He activated the Greedy Hand to appraise. Energy cores lay on the ground. The Greedy Hand skill successfully doubled the bonus rewards. The silver-level boss granted 12 evolution points and 372 tradable lifespan days. He exclaimed as a standout item appeared among the white orbs. The additional effect of Greedy Hand activated upgrading a loot item from silver to gold level. Gold level gear. Qin Feng was excited. No wonder Greedy Hand at Jade level had a 20% chance to upgrade loot quality. He knelt down to check. 7 to 8 items dropped, but his backpack only had 10 slots left. Killing bosses and then having to run back to clear inventory would waste too much time. He hoped the cursed one would drop a storage ring or something to increase inventory slots. Qin Feng reached out and touched the radiant light. His battle ended, but in town, Wang Meng's mage had just returned cheering. Finally survived and made it back. They praised Wang Meng boss. Thanks to you we leveled up to 3 and returned to town. Wang Meng humbly replied. It was the team's effort. The mage girl regretted. Too bad I didn't get to befriend the boss. Maybe it's because I'm covered in mud so he snubbed me. The team teased, if you wore new gear maybe he'd agree. The leaderboard suddenly updated, placing Darkness at level 5. The group was shocked. What jumping from level 3 to 5? How strong was that boss? Just 10 minutes ago I saw the boss selling gear. How did he level up 2 levels so fast? Someone joked. My sister is 18. Hope the boss likes her so I can benefit. Another team shouted, take me to level up. Let's go, 10,000, and he doesn't even care about your sister. A young man in Wang Meng's team cursed, I just reached level 3, and the boss is already level 5. Will he even let us live? Wang Meng spoke up to boost morale. Don't overthink it. First, let's return to reality and inform our relatives and friends about the forsaken divine game. The whole team pressed the button on the screen and vanished. The world was about to descend into chaos. At least we should prepare our loved ones and hold a meeting first. Wang Meng woke up in bed holding his head. People around cheered. Look, brother. Wang is awake. Report to Captain Wang. Wang Ka woke up surrounded by teammates. Wang Ta, how are you? Are you okay? We were so worried. Do you know how you looked? Your arms were transparent. Yesterday I told you to rest. I'd watch the suspect. Wang Meng, sweating profusely, shouted. Quick, gather everyone immediately. Something big has happened. At the police station, a shocked voice rang out. You reported forming a team with hidden professions. Almost got wiped out. Then were saved by someone. Wang Meng confirmed. Yes, his name is Shadow. When he saved us, he was level 3. But when we reached level 3, he was already level 5, jumping 2 levels. 3 colleagues were amazed. Jumped 2 levels. If he's level 5, isn't he? The world's number 1. How did he do it? Wang Meng guessed. Maybe he killed a strong boss. A police officer frowned. Shadow reached level 3 an hour ago. Why hasn't he returned to reality? Doesn't he have relatives to inform? Wang Meng shrugged. I don't know, but it's possible. The only girl on the team spoke up. Could Shadow be a time traveler? An ordinary orphan rising so fast? Right? Everyone's gaze made her embarrassed. Did I say something wrong? A middle-aged man reminded An Wu read fewer novels. The situation is serious, don't joke. He changed the subject. Information Wang Meng provided about the Forsaken Divine Game matches data from higher-ups. New research shows some elderly people die immediately after sleeping. Comparing data, those who died multiple times in the game. Everyone was stunned. In other words, if lifespan in the game reaches 0, they really die in real life. Someone on the team exclaimed, This is a supernatural phenomenon beyond our understanding. The captain nodded gravely. Yes, we may be facing an unidentified superpower invasion. Those attending the meeting listened intently. The higher-ups had issued an emergency order to establish vanguard teams in local areas. Their mission was to explore the Forsaken Divine Game and collect 10 intelligence reports. We must build a professional force as soon as possible, the captain emphasized the seriousness. This is a global event. Currently, all countries are focusing on exploring this game. If we fall behind, we will lose the initiative on the international stage. We must collect intelligence at all costs. The police chief assigned tasks. And Wu Wei appoint you as captain of Team 1. The girl responded decisively. Understood. He continued Wang Meng. Wang Meng nodded coldly, accepting the order. Their target was Qin Feng. The police chief explained. According to Wang Meng, Shadow has a good personality. You can try to connect with him. I chose An Wu as captain because her personality suits investigating Shadow. He emphasized, I hope you soon identify Shadow's true identity. The best outcome is for the government to establish a cooperative relationship with him and exploit the information he holds. The priority for the others is to maintain social stability. Understood. Outside, the sky was tinged with sunset as the meeting quickly ended and dispersed. Meanwhile, Qin Xiaoyu's school was still brightly lit. Students had not yet finished classes. Her friends around her chatted excitedly. Zhang Wei said that people from the same area would appear in the same newbie town when they sleep. Really? No way I have to go home. I need to take care of my parents. They had never played the game and surely wouldn't adapt. A friend reassured her. Don't worry, you can develop yourself first and then help your parents. Qin Xiaoyu silently checked her phone, feeling annoyed. Such a big event, yet Qin Feng hadn't contacted her. Why didn't he apologize? Am I too arrogant? She recalled that whenever she was angry before, Qin Feng always tried to comfort her. But today, not only did he not console her, he even hit her something her parents never did. She grew even angrier. I just skipped school to see Song Fei's concert. Qin Feng deserves to die. If he doesn't apologize 1,000 times this time, I absolutely won't forgive him. Suddenly, Qin Xiaoyu's face lit up with excitement. Luckily, I went to see Song Fei yesterday. Otherwise, after this forsaken divine game incident, I might not have another chance. Images of her idol filled her mind. Yesterday, we stood very close to him. Qin Xiaoyu dreamily blew a kiss. Oh, Song Fei, tears of happiness streamed down my face. I miss you so much. Suddenly she exclaimed, That's right. Qin Xiaoyu's eyes shone brightly. If sleeping means entering the game, then Song Fei must definitely be there. She blushed, heart-pounding. As long as I enter the game, I will find him. She hurriedly changed clothes and made a plan. Zhang Wei leveled up to 3 so fast. He must be a master. I have to ask him. Zhang Wei was surrounded by a crowd. He received a message, Zhang Wei Master. Do you have any strategies to teach me? He smirked. Oh, noble goddess Qin Xiaoyu is asking me for strategies, a godsend opportunity. If I can win over Qin Xiaoyu, he replied enthusiastically. Zhang, you asked the right person. Here's a secret when you enter the game. Put all 5 initial attribute points into agility. Otherwise, slow speed means monsters will torment you. What if you're a mage? Do you still need to increase agility? Qin Xiaoyu asked. Zhang Wei answered. Yes, agility isn't useless for mages. It increases casting speed, which is crucial early on, she continued. But what if I increase agility and still can't win? Qin Xiaoyu read the message, fully trusting him. Zhang Wei messaged, Don't worry, Qin Xiaoyu. When someone in town reaches level 5, the teleportation formation will light up. Then you can freely form teams to level up. When the formation activates, I'll find you and take you along. Qin Xiaoyu hugged her pillow dreamily. Great, these tailing guys are useful after all. He found a human shield. Qin Feng, just pretend until you enter the game. I wonder how many levels ahead I'll be. Then don't expect me to help you level up. At this moment, Qin Feng sat before the light course. He picked up an item, a cursed ring gold level usable by all professions. All attributes. Dark element resistance. X. Weak point attack coefficient. 0. Requires level 4. He marveled. Each attribute plus 8 equals 32 attribute points, matching the total attributes of others at level 3, plus dark element resistance, very useful against monsters. The weak point attack coefficient increased from 0.2 to 1.0, 6 times better. Not bad. He continued checking and found another item. His power surged around him thanks to upgrades. Shield Shadow. Silver level assassin skill. A lightning-fast dash up to 15 meters, switching to stealth for 5 seconds, creating 3 slashes, hitting all enemies in the path. Cooldown, 12 seconds, requires level 4. Slash width, 2.1 meters each. Slash adds 100 attack power counts as a back attack, but does not cause weak point damage. A super strong wide area technique that moves while stealthy. He learned it immediately. Qinfeng activated Greedy Hand. He had a few evolution points left and upgraded Greedy Hand first. The system announced you spent 8 evolution points, 4 remaining. Greedy Hand upgraded from Jade to Diamond level, an assassin skill usable on monster corpses with a 160-220% chance to gain extra loot. The extra loot chance is 20 to 40% to upgrade loot quality by 1 level. Qinfeng grew more excited with his rapid progress. Now killing monsters definitely gave double loot. Killing 1 monster was like others killing 3. With 4 evolution points left, he could upgrade Shadow Slash to level 3. The system continued. You spent 3 evolution points, 1 remaining. He was a bit disappointed. No cooldown reduction. That's annoying, but with Shield Shadow Slash, I almost have infinite stealth. He opened his inventory to check the rest. Mostly junk, but the silver-level Crimson Warrior skill book could sell for a good price. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from behind. A group of monsters rushed in, attempting an ambush. Qinfeng calmly went into stealth. A level 4 four-limbed climber appeared just in time. Try the power of Shield Shadow Slash. He dashed past slashing. Shield Shadow Slash exploded with extreme speed and density, tearing the monsters into hundreds of pieces. The system announced, you have defeated a level 4 four-limbed climber. You gained 80 experience points and 5 tradable lifespan days. The monster corpses fell. Qinfeng returned to normal state. His monster-killing efficiency improved significantly. Using toxic darts required throwing at least 2 darts, but with Shield Shadow Slash combat time was shorter, reducing the risk of surprises. Qinfeng carefully calculated. His current tradable lifespan was 618 days. To bring equipment and skills into reality, he needed at least 900 days. Returning to sell items in his backpack tradable lifespan would nearly reach the minimum. Once he reached level 10, he could extract skills and equipment into reality. While Qinfeng was lost in a dreamy stream of thoughts, suddenly a loud cheer echoed from afar, causing his ears to twitch slightly. Someone excitedly announced, "Congratulations, the young lady has reached level 3. Then is it time for her to fulfill her promise?" At that moment, Li Zi and Mao Lijun suddenly appeared. Looking like a lost boss hunting team from nowhere, Li Zi quickly spoke to reassure them with a decisive tone and absolute confidence. "Don't worry, Jiangda Industry, we never lack experts to support you. Now let's return to reality. Here's my phone number. You can call me directly without going through the switchboard. By the way, today, can you sell all your lifespan to me? We can start trading right now. For each year of lifespan, I'll pay you 10,000. After Li Zi finished speaking, Mao Lijun nodded in agreement without hesitation. Seeing this, Li Zi immediately slipped away, not forgetting to throw back a gentle but weighty sentence. "Then we'll wait for you in reality." Meanwhile, Mao Lijun stood still, his mind swirling with strategic calculations, as if even the wind had stopped. He believed that even if this game truly affected lifespan, it was nothing to worry about. Lifespan was something that could be farmed anytime. Only those who knew how to turn gaming skills into real money like him deserved to be top players, both ambitious and capable. Afterward, Qinfeng leisurely returned to town, outwardly calm, though slightly anxious inside. He strode straight into the towering tower, which looked like a giant candle, then silently observed ahead with a composed demeanor to maintain his cool. A confident thought flashed through his mind. In this way, the teleportation formation in Voso Town has been activated and completed. Immediately, the system couldn't stay silent and shouted, "Congratulations, you have lit up the teleportation formation in the town. You received a huge reputation point and can teleport for free once a day. But if you want to teleport more, you must pay with tradable lifespan." Currently, no other teleportation formations are activated in Jianghai City. After reading the announcement, which was both loud and harsh, Qinfeng racked his brain and realized a tricky problem that everyone seemed to want to avoid. The teleportation formation in town was originally two-way, but if only one formation was lit, it was like lighting a lamp in broad daylight. To use other towns, they also had to reach level 5 and activate their own formations. Qinfeng suddenly remembered that in his previous life, Song Fei in Little Firefly Town had done that. So he immediately resolved that if one day someone in Firefly Town activated a teleportation formation, he would be the first to receive the news and seize the advantage. But up to now, teleportation between towns had not brought any significant value, just fun effects. Therefore, he set a grand goal to reach level 10 at all costs. Then he headed straight to the Forgotten Divine Realm, where the game truly began, no longer a gentle warm-up. Not wasting time, Qinfeng returned to the main street, where the crowd was still bustling with chatter. He began setting up his stall, shouting loudly, louder than a market bazaar, selling equipment and skills, only for 10 minutes. First come, first served. Those who are slow, tough luck. The townsfolk immediately stirred along the street. Some even shouted excitedly, "Oh my God! Elder Shadow has appeared!" Another shouted excitedly, "The Elder has finally revealed himself. I've prepared 150 days of lifespan just waiting for him to release goods so I can snatch them." Recalling the recent past, someone muttered, "Last time the Elder sold the Ice Mace skill, and Grey Rose climbed to second place on the leaderboard." Another hoped, "Hopefully this time there's a skill book for mages." But upon closer inspection, they found only a silver-level Crimson Warrior skill book. Immediately, someone silently rushed forward, grabbed the book, and declared loudly, "This Crimson Warrior book is mine, no contest." The system immediately applauded and announced the transaction was successful. He received 300 tradable lifespan days. Someone standing nearby wondered, "Is it worth spending 300 tradable lifespan days on a skill book?" Another quickly replied, "That's short-sighted. A warrior with this book doubles monster clearing speed, 300 days of lifespan. You can earn that back in 2 days, no worries." Items kept vanishing from the stall faster than rumors spread online. People scrambled, shouting, "I want that cloak, those shoes are mine. I want to grab everything to be safe." The transaction ended so quickly that the system barely blinked. Qinfeng looked at the statistics board, his heart burning with excitement. He silently calculated that in just 1 short minute, everything had sold out. He earned a total of 650 tradable lifespan days. Now his tradable lifespan had reached 2,174 days. Yet thinking about closing the gap with the leaders in level attributes, profession equipment, and skills in this godforsaken cursed game, he still felt far behind. Some people who couldn't buy anything complained bitterly, just like fans missing concert tickets twice. "I missed it both times." "Me too." "Elder, please sell again. Please. Will you still sell here next time? Please give me the coordinates so I can watch." While the crowd was still shouting and clamoring, Dalizi peeked out from the crowd and waved, calling out, "Elder, I have a treasure here. Do you want to see it?" She calmly took out a ring that shimmered with a faint light. The information appeared clearly. Space Ring adds 12 extra inventory slots, does not occupy ring or backpack slots. Qinfeng's eyes widened as he looked at the high-quality item, silently calculating in his mind. Spaces. This is a rare storage item valuable because it doesn't take up space in the backpack or equipment slots, while players can only carry a maximum of 3 backpacks. Although this item can drop from any monster, the probability is so low that lighting incense to pray is faster. This girl was extremely lucky to find it so early. Previously, a 12-slot ring like this was sold for over 3,600 tradable lifespan days. Qinfeng curiously turned to ask her how she planned to sell it. The girl smiled slyly and replied nonchalantly, "I don't want to take the Elder's lifespan. I just want to be friends with you and conveniently ask you to lead our team to take down a boss." It sounded reasonable. Qinfeng nodded immediately and sent a friend request without hesitation. The system happily announced that the player Black Cloak and Da Li Zi had accepted the friend request. Qinfeng didn't stop and asked, "Which boss? What's its name?" she replied. "It's just a gold-level boss. It's very far away. I only saw a shabby boat docked in the swamp. It looks extremely miserable." Hearing this, Qinfeng's heart suddenly pounded. He muttered to himself, "A shabby boat. Could it be the Golden Ghost Ship?" According to his memory, the Golden Ghost Ship was a rare boss, harder to encounter than meeting a celebrity in real life. It could appear at any level, but the probability was pitifully low. Moreover, it often dropped special useful items that could turn farmers into tycoons. Every time it appeared, guilds would rush to fight over it. But this boss usually only appeared in high-level towns, so encountering it this early was extremely rare. Furthermore, this girl belonged to Wang Meng's group, clearly not ordinary. The more Qinfeng thought, the more suspicious he became, recalling a familiar name. Could this girl be the legendary carp detective from his previous life? To verify, he decided to ask further. "Hey, how did you discover this gold-level boss?" Da Li Zi didn't hesitate to share sincerely. "I logged out to have dinner. When I logged back in, I planned to level up with the captain and some friends. But they were slow, really slow like turtles. Bored and not knowing what to do, I wandered around sightseeing. Unexpectedly under a cliff, I encountered the gold-level boss looming." Hearing this, Qinfeng silently recalled rumors from his previous life that a member of Wang Meng's team had a special aura and often wandered aimlessly, only to inevitably encounter rare bosses, treasures, or divine shrines. Back then, he thought those rumors were government misinformation to cover up secret information. Now he realized they were true. It really had to be her. At that moment, Qinfeng suddenly fell silent, his face blank. Da Li Zi noticed and looked at him with half curiosity, half caution. "Elder, why are you staring at me like that?" he replied curtly. "Nothing." So the two of them strode off together, unaware that not far away, a shady figure was lurking behind the bushes, eavesdropping. After grasping the situation, the man sneaked away and hurriedly reported boss that kid is leading a girl out of town now. Upon hearing this, the boss arrogantly tilted his head and ordered his subordinates, "Remember, years ago, I led the brothers to conquer the sands and dominate the city. Now follow me forward. I guarantee you'll eat well and dress well, no more hard labor." After finishing, he shook his head in frustration. "That kid acts fast as lightning and is already leading a girl. Brothers, follow me and search immediately." Outside the town, Qinfeng looked at Da Li Zi and proposed, "I can help fight the boss. If the boss drops equipment or skill books you can use, I'll give you all the rest. Can I?" Da Li Zi was stunned, but nodded. "Okay, what about Captain Wang Meng and the others?" "Fine, just do as you wish. But I have a small condition." Qinfeng curiously asked, "Does your team have enough professions? What if the boss drops items for assassins? Wouldn't I be fighting for nothing? Tell me your condition." Da Li Zi sincerely proposed, "If you sell items to Captain Wang Meng and his group, can you give a discount?" Qinfeng nodded immediately. "No problem." Hearing the agreeable answer, she clapped her hands excitedly. "Great, after Captain Wang Meng logs in. We'll set off right away." "By the way, Elder, where are we going now?" Qinfeng replied clearly and coherently. "We're on our way to take down a gold-level boss." Upon hearing this, Da Li Zi's complexion changed faster than a transformation effect in a cartoon. She gripped her staff tightly. "Elder, oh, you're the assassin, and I'm the mage. If you're invisible, no one can touch you." "But what about me? How can I survive?" Qinfeng remained calm and replied, "I'll handle it alone. You just hide somewhere safe and watch for fun." Da Li Zi blurted out, "Huh?" She gripped her staff, trembling, thinking to herself, "Going alone to take down a gold-level boss. The Elder is really tough, but this is way too showy." Before she could finish her thought, Qin Feng vanished 3 steps ahead, without leaving a single hair behind. She panicked, looking around and shouting, "Elder! Elder! Where did you go?" Meanwhile, the group following behind still sneaked around. One subordinate hurriedly reported boss that Shadow Guy vanished. The boss, unconcerned and even laughing, said he must have tricked that girl and ran off, leaving her stranded in the wilderness. "Go catch that girl. Let's have some fun first, then deal with it. I told you follow me and you'll eat well, dress well, and never worry about unemployment." He shouted, pointing, "Look, that girl is standing alone. Isn't that her?" The subordinates chimed in, "Boss, you're a strategic genius." But just as they took a few steps and hadn't yet made a move, Qin Feng suddenly appeared, blocking their path. Before they could open their mouths, a thick black smoke enveloped them, darkening their faces, so they saw nothing but the words. The end. Without hesitation, Qin Feng unleashed Shield Shadow Slash, cold and decisive, taking out the whole group in an instant. The system promptly interjected in a steady voice, "You have defeated 5 players and received a total of 12 tradable lifespan days." Qin Feng stood there, watching the bodies vanish, sighed and thought, so poor and pathetic. Killing these guys isn't even worth hunting 2 little monsters. Yeah. Finished, he returned to Da Lizi. She looked surprised and asked, "Hey, Elder, where did you just go?" He shrugged casually. "Some guys were tailing me. I sent them back to Little Town early." She said nothing, but puffed her cheeks and replied, "I thought you went to the bathroom." Then she continued, "By the way, Elder, now that you have invisibility skills, going to the bathroom must be super convenient. If you don't want to go, don't go. If you do, no one will see. But wait, if your gear is invisible, then the stuff you drop outside is invisible too, right?" Just as she was about to philosophize further, Qin Feng cut her off quickly. "Take me to find the boss you told me about." Suddenly, the system, which had been lurking unnoticed, abruptly pulled the girl into a strange village. She looked down at the staff in her hand, her eyes sparkling with emotion. As she walked, she examined the staff closely and excitedly exclaimed, "Wow, this is amazing! I can even feel the energy radiating from it." The villagers around her buzzed with excitement. "There's a newcomer, everyone." She shouted joyfully, "This is great! I've received the life-born hidden profession. It must be really powerful. This suits Song Fei perfectly." She muttered to herself, "I wonder how Song Fei is doing now. Has he figured out the secret to the initial point boost?" But then she suddenly remembered Qin Feng and immediately changed her attitude. That bastard Qin Feng. I wonder where he's hiding now. All he does is lurk around all day and disappear when needed. But it's fine. Now I have a hidden profession and Zhang Wei's support to level up. Qin Feng, handle yourself, I don't have time to care. After a while, the system displayed a sparkling notification board. She stared at it and exclaimed, "Is this a leaderboard? Wow, Darkness is ranked first and at level 6. She glanced down and saw Zhang Wei lagging behind at level 3, frowning as she thought, "This guy dares to brag about his strength. Clearly Darkness is the real boss, but if Darkness helps me level up, it'll be faster than a blink. The problem is, where do I find him now?" While pondering, she suddenly noticed a group of young people chatting in the distance. A black-haired person grumbled, "Damn it, I can't contact freedom with the wind at all." A gray-haired person interrupted, "Without a babysitter, you're doomed." You blondies shrugged, saying, "We're not Darkness, so solo play is easy. I think we should find another babysitter to cooperate with." Hearing their conversation sparked a brilliant idea in the girl's mind. Without hesitation, she stepped forward and loudly said, "Hello everyone, are you looking for a babysitter? I'm here. This is the life-born hidden profession." Meanwhile, deep in a quiet forest, Qin Feng was admiring a tiger when he suddenly exclaimed, "Sure enough, it's the Golden Ghost Ship!" He immediately jumped into the abyss without counting his steps. Before leaving, he turned back and told Da Lizi, "Stay here and hide well. Be careful in case of an ambush. I'm going to deal with the boss." She nodded in agreement and reminded him, "All right, big boss. Be careful, okay? Upon arrival, the system which had been lurking urgently activated a notification. Due to the influence of the ghost ship, this area has become a violent zone where lifespan drains 100 times faster. Qin Feng thought time passes 100 times faster. So staying here for 15 minutes costs a whole day of lifespan. Luckily, this temporary violent zone isn't too severe. The system continued flashing a notification: Golden Ghost Ship Special Golden Grade Countdown Timer, 45 minutes. Qin Feng nodded, his mind racing with calculations. He thought this special boss has a time limit, but 45 minutes is more than enough. I can finish it and still have time to bake some bread. Without hesitation, he launched his attack with the shield shadow slash move, swift, sharp, and precise. The monster took a direct hit, bones cracking, suffering 549 points of damage. Qin Feng didn't stop unleashing a continuous combo. This time he threw a poisonous dart, then followed up with a near-perfect shadow break strike to look cool. The attack hit the weak spot, dealing a massive 621 points of damage, startling the boss. While fighting fiercely, he discovered a shocking secret. The boss's real weak point wasn't its bones or hull, but the ghostly bell dangling at the ship's bow. He shouted excitedly into the air, "The real weak point is that ghostly bell at the bow." After being hit in this vulnerable spot, the boss flew into a rage, its eyes blazing red. It manipulated the surrounding water to launch a wide area attack. This water strike was no joke. Its damage was so high that at the early stage, only warriors wearing silver-white armor could endure it without shedding tears. Qin Feng breathed a sigh of relief, silently feeling lucky. Thanks to the agility characteristic of the darkness profession, he dodged the danger. Otherwise, he'd probably be lying flat on a mat by now. Before he could celebrate, the boss snapped its jaw and summoned 12 stinking water demons, causing ripples in the space. Each of these demons was as strong as a silver-white boss, heating up the situation. The water demons attacked chaotically, disrupting the formation. Every minute, the boss summoned another demon. If not dealt with quickly, their numbers would grow enough to form a monster band that could crush his team. But Qin Feng remained supremely confident, thinking, "With my invisibility skill, these monsters will have a harder time finding me than winning the lottery. As long as I pick the right angle, I can take each one down with a single strike." Without hesitation, he unleashed his familiar shield shadow slash again. Not far away, someone was quietly observing with wide eyes. Xiao He, or rather Black Bloom, watched and exclaimed emotionally, "There he is, the #1 darkness boss on the leaderboard. Wow, the boss just lost a third of its health. He keeps appearing and disappearing." Suddenly, Qin Feng turned his head and shouted loudly, "Xiao He, I'm about to die." She blinked in confusion and asked, "What?" He replied calmly without any emotion, "You don't have to do anything. Just wait for me to come back to life." She struggled and cried out in panic, "Why is that, big boss? You clearly have the upper hand. Yet you ask me instead." She almost shouted, "Aren't you Xiao He? My name is Black Bloom or Da Li Zi, not Xiao He," he said, nodding calmly. "Got it, Xiao He." Meanwhile, not far away, a group of people were fiercely chasing their faces, burning with determination for revenge. The leader gritted his teeth and growled, "Damn it! I was once a legend, winning first place from village to provincial level, and now I'm humiliated by some kid." One of his underlings jumped out to report, "Boss, we found that girl. She's at the edge of the cliff ahead, and Darkness is soloing the boss at the cliff's base." The leader squinted and hissed, "Good. This time I'm calling all the brothers. I don't believe we can't kill that guy." During the intense battle, Qin Feng faced a headache-inducing challenge. He thought to himself, this is the 4th challenge and the toughest one yet. The boss began to release a powerful triple soul energy wave, sweeping the entire area. As a result, Qin Feng was immobilized for 5 seconds by a petrification effect. He thought, "Now there's no way to escape." Dalizi silently observed from above, clutching the staff tightly, her heart pounding. Qin Feng braced himself and decided to unleash his ultimate move, Infinite Convergence, to play a life-or-death game with the boss. The system screamed a warning. "First you have died. Losing 326 years of lifespan, non-tradable." Before he could catch his breath, a second alert sounded. "You have died. losing 1087 days of lifespan tradable. The idiot above the leader jumped excitedly, laughing. Haha, this fool thinks he's Superman challenging the golden boss alone. He pointed at the boss and shouted, "This darkness dog is rich. Look at that huge light orb, at least a few hundred days of lifespan." Hurry up, guys. The boss is down to half health. Killing it will be a big win. The underlings cheered, and we'll get a bunch of lifespan too. That's only half of what it lost. This big dog deserves to be eaten. Today the little dog will feast on the big dog. But just as the group was cheering wildly, a gigantic glowing object descended from the sky, freezing the celebrating crowd in place. The group was involuntarily sent back to the city on a round-trip ticket after being wiped out. Their faces turned ashen. The few survivors were furious, cursing like the market had broken. What the hell is this boss that tough darkness already cut it down to half health, but these guys just touched the swamp's edge and got blasted to death on the spot? The monsters are as numerous as ants. How can we fight them? This is ridiculous. One member of the group angrily emphasized, "Damn it, we've lost too much already. But whatever, let's keep going. I don't believe this thing cheats that badly." At the same time, on the swamp's surface, a swarm of lifespan orbs appeared. Qin Feng found it strange and stepped forward to investigate, suspecting something shady. After a moment of examining and sniffing the air, he looked up and shouted toward a nearby ship. "Da Li Zi, you're standing there, right? I'm back." "Hey, Xiaohei, why are there so many lifespan orbs here?" Da Li Zi nodded when she saw him return. "Big boss, come back quickly. Earlier, a whole group rushed here but got blasted back to the village neatly." Qin Feng smirked and said, "So that's how it is. Haha, those guys really don't know their limits." At the same time, he pulled up memories of the golden ghost ship and pondered. After analyzing, he concluded that the ship could only use the petrification skill once. The remaining health could be handled completely. However, when its health dropped to half, it would activate a teleport skill to move elsewhere, making the kill frustrating. Just then, the golden ghost ship reappeared. Qin Feng suddenly became serious, stretched, and prepared to strike without wasting time. He immediately drew a poisonous dart. Aiming straight at the bell on the ship's bow, he threw it with a swift flick, hitting the target. He smirked and nodded in satisfaction. Immediately, a pink mist spread from the ship across the swamp. Qin Feng crossed his arms and observed the mist's movement, softly whistling. After a few seconds of intense analysis, he confidently predicted its movement direction and instantly unleashed a continuous shadow shield/combo. The group lurking in the distance panicked and whispered, "Boss, look, that kid is soloing the boss again. Let's watch and wait for a chance to ambush them." Da Li Zi glanced over, recognized the familiar group, and muttered, "These idiots are here again. What a persistent disaster. Big Boss is about to finish the boss. We can't let them ruin it." Without hesitation, she murmured a spell, channeling all her energy into the staff. Lightning crackled from it as she raised the staff high and shouted, "Gods, let there be thunder today!" A bolt of lightning struck down from the sky, hitting the group and blowing two of them off the screen. The rest panicked and shouted, "Damn it, who's shooting at us?" One of them pointed and yelled, "Boss, there's a mage over there. He's playing for keeps." The leader shouted, eyes fixed on Da Li Zi. "That woman wants to die! Kill her now!" Da Li Zi froze, her face pale and hands trembling. She gripped her staff tightly and turned to run faster than the wind, shouting as she fled, "Help! Help! Don't let me become grilled meat!" Behind her, the group chased with flushed faces, yelling, "Stop right there, or I'll kill you now." Not far away, two figures hid behind a large tree, silently watching without a word. Their eyes were colder than stone, sending chills down anyone who glanced their way. Meanwhile, Qin Feng focused intently, unleashing a flurry of attacks that left the boss pale and bleeding uncontrollably. Watching the boss falter, he thought, "Finally, it's about to go down." The Golden Ghost Ship boss is tough even at level 5. Fighting it solo is really exhausting. The damage Qin Feng dealt was still too low, dragging the battle on and attracting many strangers to watch. While facing the boss, his sharp eyes scanned the surroundings and quickly spotted someone lurking. He immediately began urgent calculations. On the cliff, a familiar group, probably the ones blasted away by the water column earlier, stood nearby. Another guild by the swamp was also waiting for their chance. Qin Feng glanced around and smirked, thinking, "They're probably counting down the seconds until I kill the boss, then rush out to kill and loot. Smart idea, but unfortunately they've completely miscalculated." Without warning, he suddenly unleashed the Shadow Strike with perfect precision, instantly finishing off the boss and shaking the entire map violently. A system announcement rang out. "You have defeated the Golden Ghost Ship. Golden Grade Boss. You gained 800 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 8. You received 7 evolution points and 216 tradable days of lifespan." Before the announcement ended, another bright notification appeared. The Darkness player from Shelltown is the first on the server to defeat a Golden Grade boss and earned 3 reputation points. The news spread quickly throughout the town. Passers-by looked up, and even those climbing trees came down to listen as the townsfolk buzzed with excitement. "That Golden Boss! Someone defeated it on the first try. Oh my god, that Darkness guy must be a demon or something so powerful." Which country does Shelltown belong to? The first to kill a golden boss must be a top expert from our great Han kingdom. While everyone marveled in admiration, someone felt annoyed. Qin Xiaoyu, hearing the news, stirred her thoughts. That Darkness guy really can do anything. If he helps me level up, maybe I'll even meet Song Fei. Although the boss had gone to its ancestors and loot was abundant, strangely, Qin Feng did not appear at the scene. A guild that had been hiding early grew excited and cheered breathlessly. "Haha, this boss drops crazy loot. A Guanglin must have chickened out and didn't dare to loot." One member immediately ordered a Guanglin use your skill to locate that guy, kill him, and claim all the loot for me. Hearing the order, a Guanglin strode forward proudly chest out and shot an arrow into the sky with a majestic pose. Soon a giant eagle descended from the sky, cold and cool to the bone, Yohun Jue Yinglin. The eagle circled in the air, its sharp eyes scanning every bush and rock, tracking Qin Feng's position. Hidden under thick, tall grass, Qin Feng remained calm in invisibility mode, leisurely enjoying the scenery while watching the eagle circle. The situation seemed tense, but he stayed cool without a drop of sweat. He analyzed silently Yuhun Jue Yinglin. Surprisingly, this hunter learned invisibility resistance skills early. Impressive. No wonder he dared to challenge me boldly to steal the loot. He smirked and added in his mind, "Too bad my darkness profession has level 11 invisibility plus level 1 resistance. Even if they invited their ancestors, they wouldn't find me." After a while, the bird flew around but found nothing. An annoyed man reported to the leader, "Nothing here. That kid probably saw us and ran away scared." The leader nodded and concluded, "Fair enough, he knows when to be sensible." He solemnly led the group closer to the loot pile and ordered divide the spoils as we do at flag-raising ceremonies. "Hurry up, we must guard this loot tightly and never be careless. Be ready to fight to the death at any moment. The ownership protection lasts only 5 minutes, after which this loot officially belongs to us." Hearing this, the group cheered and nodded, each thinking this time the loot is definitely secure and no chance of losing it. But life is never easy. Just as they were excited and about to divide the loot, a series of sudden long-range attacks hit the whole group, leaving them dizzy and weak in the knees. Qin Feng appeared from nowhere behind them like a ghost, gently tapping each one on the shoulder with his superior skills before sending the entire group back to the city. After finishing, he stood alone in the quiet forest, looking at the pile of items and muttering, "This place is much quieter now." Suddenly, he remembered something, scratched his head, and mumbled, "Forgot where Xiaohei is. Oh well, I'll find her later." In his mind, he seriously calculated the remaining evolution points, plus those just earned from the boss, enough to upgrade the greedy hand skill by 1 level. First, he decided to upgrade the skill before touching the corpses. Thinking it through, he reached out and instantly activated the skill evolution. The system immediately announced Greedy Hand upgraded from Diamond to Epic level, an Assassin skill. Its effect increased from 220% to 100% chance of bonus rewards. All secondary items received now have a 100% chance to upgrade. Reading this, Qin Feng raised his eyebrows, eyes shining brightly, thinking, "Oh my God, this is a divine transformation. I have to make this whole batch of orbs explode." Without hesitation, he immediately used the new skill to absorb all the loot, then laughed loudly. "Ha ha, where's all the stuff? Come on, give it all to me." Suddenly, a surge of power erupted in the forest, shaking the trees violently. The system kept flashing continuous combo notifications. You used Greedy Hand skill. You received 7 evolution points. You received 216 tradable days of lifespan. You received a special item, Demon Fire Spirit Pill. Holding the item, Qin Feng's eyes lit up as he exclaimed with joy, "I can't believe I got 2 Demon Fire Spirit Pills in one go. Wow." The info showed Demon Fire Spirit Pill is a special item that prevents lifespan loss upon death. Cooldown fine. 800 seconds currently. 565 seconds. Passive soul absorption increases lifespan drop rate by 20% when killing demons. If you have 2 bells, the effect doubles. Active skill. Using the bell immobilizes enemies within 100 meters for 3 seconds. Cooldown 600 seconds currently, 521 seconds. After reading, Qin Feng nodded thoughtfully and calculated. This isn't equipment and doesn't take up inventory slots. 2 bells only occupy 1 slot, very convenient. Just as he was deep in thought, a distant scream echoed, sounding terrifying. Big boss, help me." "What are you doing?" "Don't come near me," startled Qin Feng shouted Xiaohei. "Where are you?" he continued, calling loudly. "Xiaohei, where are you? Say something." "But only." Dalizi's panicked voice replied, "Stay away. Don't come near me." Meanwhile, the men closing in on her were panting with malicious intent, sneering. "Come here, girl. You're pretty strong, but don't struggle anymore. You're cornered. Be obedient, and we'll make it quick and fun." Dalizi tightly gripped her staff, her eyes cold. She stepped back, then suddenly turned and leapt off the cliff, leaving the group stunned. That was her final decision, rather be a ghost than submit. Her body hit the rocky ground with a loud crash, blood splattering everywhere, making the scene heart-wrenching. The other group stood above, speechless. One sighed softly. "She really jumped. That girl is stubborn to the end, huh?" Dalizi had been reborn in town. She limped along, clutching her side, groaning. "Big boss, no need to come save me. I'm already dead and back in town. Ouch, that hurts." Luckily, the whole team's tradable lifespan was stored on Captain Wang Meng, or we'd have lost everything. Qin Feng nodded calmly. "All right, just stay put. I'll come back and share the loot." The girl pursed her lips, smiled brightly, and whispered, "Thank you, big boss. You've worked so hard." Then Qin Feng opened his stats panel and muttered excitedly. This time, the lifespan tradable jumped to 175 days, plus 21 more evolution points. I'll go ahead and upgrade Greedy Hand again. He pressed to upgrade the skill. The system immediately displayed a surprising message. Greedy Hand skill has reached epic level. To evolve further requires 10 times more evolution points. Do you want to use 210 points to continue? Qin Feng frowned, considering carefully. Damn, 210 evolution points is hard to swallow. The higher the skill level, the more points it costs. Better to stop upgrading this and save points for damage skills. Higher damage means any boss will fall, and the loot will naturally come to me. Without hesitation, he focused on allocating skill upgrade points decisively. The system immediately provided detailed information down to the smallest detail. Shield Shadow / skill upgraded from Platinum to Jade, then straight to Diamond Edge. Maximum damage increased from 21 to 24, then jumped to 27. Stealth duration extended from 7 seconds to 8, finally reaching 9 seconds. The number of slashes on enemies increased from 6 to 7. Cooldown remained 12 seconds. slash range expanded from 3.1 mm to 3.6 mm, then 4.1 mm. Each slash added 200, then 250, then 300 attack power. In total, he spent 2 plus 3 plus 5 evolution points, leaving exactly 3 points flickering. Next, he enthusiastically upgraded the backstab enhancement skill from normal to bronze, then silver, and finally gold. The passive effect also improved with back attack damage, increasing from 15% to 20%, then 25%, finally reaching 30%. Feeling the smooth upgrades, Qinfeng clapped and laughed loudly. After 2 evolutions, the shield shadow slash skill's damage more than doubled. Without stealth or stealth break, it still dealt 3,000 damage. Using stealth break followed by backstab with 7 slashes, dealing 6,000 to 7,000 damage, was no surprise. He excitedly reviewed his gains. Golden grade bosses usually drop only 2 to 4 silver grade items, and rarely gold grade. But thanks to Greedy Hand, he snagged 11 gold grade items, 2 platinum, and a platinum skill book. Among them, 3 belonged to the assassin class and were ready to use without adjustment. He opened the summoning interface, admired each item, and felt elated. The first item was the Ghost Ship, a platinum assassin weapon with plus 136 attack, plus 22 agility, plus 24% attack speed, plus 7 armor, penetration requiring level 5. Special effect: each normal attack deals an additional chain damage. Examining it carefully, Qinfeng thought deeply. The chain damage effect sounded ordinary, but the high base attack, increased agility, attack speed, and armor penetration made it valuable. The second item was the Demon Fire Armor Golden Grade with plus 25 physical defense, plus 50 fire resistance, plus 14 damage block, and plus 419 HP requiring level 5. Qinfeng nodded approvingly as he inspected it, whispering, "My constitution doesn't add HP, only 350. This armor adds 419 HP. Who could break through that defense?" He decided to hide all the new gear in the interface to avoid drawing attention. The system notified him of one last item and asked if he wanted to open it. It was the Demon Shadow skill book, a vague golden grade assassin passive that increased dodge rate by 15%. When activated, dodge grants immunity to all damage. Qinfeng glanced at the description, nodded, and muttered half in praise, half in criticism. Finally, he got a good assassin skill, but this skill was strangely weak in the game. The dodge rate was hard to increase, and raising dodge meant sacrificing many other stats. If you failed to dodge in time, there was no way back. But he wasn't one to accept defeat. An awesome idea flashed in his mind. Unlike others, he had infinite skill evolution. Increasing dodge without sacrificing other attributes would be the pinnacle of his life. After thoroughly checking everything, he prepared to return to town to sell some gear to lighten his load. While walking, he muttered calculations he could sell warrior priest and archer gear to Wang Meng at a 10% discount. Although they were currently dirt poor, with Wang Meng's reputation, selling on credit was no problem. Thinking back, it was all thanks to Xiao He. Without that carp, he wouldn't have found the level 5 golden ghost ship, let alone defeated it. He had to thank her properly. Just as he finished speaking and hadn't yet set foot in town, Qinfeng ran into a familiar group lurking behind a tree, faces scowling. Their eyes met suddenly. The group was startled and shouted loudly, not even greeting him, before running away yelling, "Darkness! Run! Everyone! Run!" Without a word, Qinfeng immediately unleashed Shield Shadow Slash. The group panicked, shouting, "Don't block me! Oh God! Don't throw me back here! Don't come near! Help save me!" Watching the chaos in the field, Qinfeng's cold aura and sharp spirit didn't let the situation drag on. He swiftly executed a Shield Shadow Slash, slashing through the group, who vanished before they could speak. Only the leader remained, dwarfed by the vast land and sky, pale-faced and heart-pounding. He trembled, knelt, and begged tearfully, "I was wrong. I promise I won't do it again. Please spare me, big boss. I only have 1 year of lifespan left." But Qinfeng stepped forward slowly and asked with a voice that pierced the soul, When you went to harm others, did you ever think about today's consequences? Without waiting for the trembling mouth to answer, he decisively swung his hand to finish him off. The system immediately displayed a flashy notification. Because the player has actively killed too many people, they have received the mass murderer status. At the current level, death will cost 75 fund of lifespan. Qinfeng just snorted lightly, thinking to himself that it was fine since he had 2 demon fire spirit pills. Even if he died, once his lifespan would remain intact without losing a drop. Then he leisurely returned to town, smoothing his dust-free hair with no bloodstains. The townspeople immediately gathered, chatting excitedly. Hey, there's darkness. He really killed the golden boss and came back. But why doesn't he look like he's wearing any fancy gear? Ha ha! I bet this guy must have eaten corn before killing the boss. Doesn't look like a solo player at all. Didn't see him drop anything. So funny, whoever's free should go find some corn like him and try. At that moment, someone suddenly stepped forward to block Qinfeng's path, face full of urgency. Big darkness boss, please wait a moment. The person hurriedly presented a shimmering book and said, We were wrong earlier. This is an assassin skill book. We just used lifespan to buy it. Please accept it and forget what happened before. Qinfeng took the book and skimmed the info. Normal attack, assassin skill single target plus 20 attack. 2-second stun. 2-second cooldown. He nodded and muttered, So it's a control skill. Not bad. Without another word, he quietly left, leaving behind looks of regret mixed with anxiety. As soon as his figure disappeared, one guy in the group exploded with frustration. Xian Shao, we got wiped out by him, and now we're giving him a skill book. Isn't that too cowardly? Another nodded, adding salt to the wound. We've never been this submissive before. If each of us called a few friends, we'd crush him with a snap. No need to be scared like this. While the group was still boiling with anger and planning retreat, one suddenly acted mysterious and warned, Do you know what you're saying? That darkness guy is growing too fast and leveling up non-stop. There's definitely a big secret behind him. If we can find him in real life and lock him up, we can not only uncover the secret, but also force him to grind lifespan for us easily. Hearing this, another's eyes lit up with a sly smile. Oh, so that's it? No wonder Xian Shao is so clever. I'll tell my family to send a stunning girl to approach him and extract information. His voice sounds strange and unfamiliar, definitely an outsider, not from our class. Sending a beauty to his door will surely bait him. While the others were busy plotting, Qinfeng reunited with Da Lizi. He smiled gently and said, All right, Xiaohei, get ready to trade. I have some items for you. She blinked in confusion and shook her head. Thank you so much, big boss, but I'm not Xiaohei. I'm Da Lizi. From her staff, a brilliant flame suddenly burst forth. She floated in midair, shouting joyfully, Wow, this is amazing! I'm about to take off. This skill and this necklace have multiplied my damage several times, and my mana recovery doubled too. Big boss. Thank you. I'm so touched. But Qinfeng remained calm and softly replied, No need to be so polite. Keeping his promise, he sent the space ring back to her team. She nodded repeatedly and quickly handed it over. Right here, take it. She casually added, Big boss, while I was running in the forest, I found a cave that looks just like an entrance to ruins. Do you want to check it out? Hearing that, Qinfeng paused for 3 seconds. A thought flashed through his mind, first the golden ghost ship, now ruins. Oh my god, befriending this girl was a great move. But thinking carefully, he hadn't given her anything but 2 golden items, so she only shared this valuable info because of that. With the space ring, his storage expanded to 27 slots. Nice. He asked, Where's Wang Meng? I plan to sell items to everyone, then go to the ruins with you. Da Lizi replied immediately. He's probably inviting a new priest. Should be back in about an hour and a half. She opened the map, marked the location, and pointed out the ruins entrance in detail. I marked it for you. There's a stone slab behind some bushes. I pushed it aside to hide and escape, but after a few steps I heard eerie screams from inside. I got scared and ran back, or else those guys would have caught me. Qinfeng nodded. Got it. I'll head to the ruins now. When I return, I'll trade with Wang Meng and the others. Daliza was about to say more, but before she could speak, Qin Feng vanished. She stood there bewildered, exclaiming, "Big boss? Where did you go?" But by then Qin Feng was already heading straight to the ruins, eyes shining brightly. Lips not smiling, but heart excited. As he walked, he pondered. Initially, he planned to find a place to level up, but now with ruins. Why bother searching? In town, there are usually 3 types of ruins: tomb ruins, cursed ruins, and shrine ruins. Regardless of type, whether the monsters inside are bronze or silver level, they're just sources of evolution points and lifespan, nothing to fear. Following the directions, Qin Feng cautiously approached an abandoned place. In front of him was a deep, dark pit that looked like it could make anyone slip to the bottom. He took a deep breath and began descending into the pit, his face still calm. As he carefully took each step, Qin Feng busily calculated in his mind. According to theory, towns like this usually have 3 types of ruins. First, tombs. Second, cursed ruins. And third, shrine ruins. The latter could be sacred or deceptive, it's unclear. Tombs are bleak, filled with numerous monsters that are hard to clear, and usually a golden boss waits at the end. Qin Feng continued recalling traditional knowledge. Monsters in cursed ruins are often cursed by ancient evil gods. They might have been humans who went mad or simply died and turned into ghosts. Monsters in shrine ruins are fanatics of ancient or evil gods. The maps inside shrines are confusing, making it impossible to find the way out. He continued his adventure, wading through the tunnels while examining his surroundings. Suddenly, his eyes were drawn to some drawings on the stone walls. Unable to resist curiosity, he stopped and stared at the drawings, muttering, "These must be shrine ruins." These drawings look very familiar. No doubt this is a shrine ruin dedicated to judging ancient gods. Determined, Qin Feng pressed deeper inside. The atmosphere grew heavy and cold, accompanied by angry whispers from the walls. "Go further in and you won't get out," they warned. But he ignored them and kept walking. His thick-skinned determination envied even by stone. Meanwhile, in another secret place where drama was about to erupt, Wang Meng's group was struggling for their lives against a monster. The monster lunged forward without warning, mouth wide open. The impact was strong enough to send Wang Meng flying into the air. Qin Xiaoyu stood still, holding her staff like a mop. A team member shouted, "Come on, sister, pump some blood! Stop dazing out!" Finally, Qin Xiaoyu dragged herself over to Wang Meng, stammering, "Okay, but what should I do now?" Before anyone could catch their breath, the monster charged again. A team member lost all composure and yelled, "Damn it, it's coming again!" Then he turned to Qin Xiaoyu and warned, "Hurry, use a skill, just press any button." But Qin Xiaoyu stunned the whole group. She looked around, then dropped her staff and sat down, trembling. "I'm scared." Guess what happened? Right, the whole group was wiped out mercilessly and sent back to town at lightning speed, accompanied by deep humiliation. Dalizi appeared with a bright smile and casually asked, "Hey, Captain, why did you all come back so soon?" "Big Darkness boss isn't back yet. If you want to buy stuff, don't even dream about it." One member, fuming, pointed at Qin Xiaoyu and scolded, "Damn it, I've never seen anyone as dumb as you. Charging at the monster without dodging or using skills. Tell me, what else can you do?" Dalizi immediately switched to protective mode, standing in front of Qin Xiaoyu. "Hey, why so tense? It's obvious she's a newbie. Dying once is normal." But the other member wasn't satisfied and shouted louder than a town crier, "Dalizi, get out of the way! Today I'm going to scold this person to death!" Another member interrupted impatiently. "It's not just once, Dalizi. We've died 3 times in less than an hour." Dalizi's eyes widened, and she could only say, "Huh?" After a few seconds to digest the drama, Dalizi confidently proposed, "Let me come along to be sure. I just got 2 good items from the big boss. I'm strong now. Trust me, no one will die this time." Wang Meng waved his hand, calming the excitement. "All right, quiet down. Dalizi's idea isn't bad. With her coming, this run will be smooth. Maybe we'll even meet the big Darkness boss and get some tips." Qin Xiaoyu quietly apologized. "I'll try harder." But inwardly she thought, "Am I weak? If it weren't for you guys having connections with the big Darkness boss, I wouldn't bother serving you. She was so angry she felt like disappearing, thinking, "This bunch is unbearable." Meanwhile, Qin Feng continued his adventure, entering a secret underground room where the cold aura was chilling. The scene inside was enough to make even the calmest person almost scream. Bones were scattered everywhere, and the air echoed with endless crying sounds that gave goosebumps. Qin Feng didn't bother greeting or asking if they were at peace. He acted coldly. Without wasting words, Qin Feng launched an attack immediately, not giving the cultists time to prepare. But their reaction made him want to stomp his foot in frustration. They only lost a little health, like scratching an itch on his side. Gritting his teeth, Qin Feng calculated that even using stealth break and backstab, they only lost half their health. No wonder they were level 10 silver bosses. These two cultists together had more health than the golden ghost ship boss. But before he could launch the second strike, the two cultists suddenly knelt down. Qin Feng was startled and muttered, "What's going on? Why are they ghosts, and why are they facing me? I'm clearly invisible. Could they sense the divine aura of the judging eye on me?" He stared at the two who had their faces pressed to the ground and said, "You know the way, right? Then lead me." But the two cultists only made incoherent noises. Qin Feng observed and shook his head, thinking they must be heavily corrupted, completely unconscious. Now they're just beasts who know nothing but looting and killing. At that moment, the two cultists suddenly let out a loud scream, jumped up, and ran out of the room without looking back, as if apologizing. "We're not serving anymore." Meanwhile, in another part of the map, a group of players cautiously entered. Seeing the two cultists charging at them, they screamed, "Watch out! Monsters are coming!" One in the group slapped his forehead and yelled, "Oh my God! 2 silver bosses. We couldn't handle one now. There are 2. Run!" In the chaos, a girl in the group was hit by a strange aura and vanished, leaving behind a pile of dropped items. Qin Feng appeared and witnessed this, thinking, "These people must be the group of the girl who bought my bandage skill, the Gray Rose. I didn't expect they'd find their way here, but with their current gear, no one is strong enough to go this deep." Qin Feng approached the dropped items, flicked his fingers, and smiled. These guys dropped over 100 tradable days of lifespan. Didn't look like it, but they're little rich kids. But the joy didn't last long. After thoroughly searching every corner, Qin Feng sighed and muttered, "I've ransacked the whole room. No traps, no treasures. Could it be that it's just these 2 useless silver-level bosses?" He clenched his fist, battle spirit rising, preparing for a decisive, merciless strike. Then the 2 cultists were completely wiped out. The system reported, "You have killed loyal cultists of the ancient god judged level silver. You gained 4,000 experience points, reached level 9, received 4 evolution points, and 188 tradable days of lifespan." Not wasting any time, Qin Feng immediately upgraded the Greedy Hand skill. Watching the brand new skill panel, he chuckled softly and whispered, "Greedy Hand at Transcendent level is really awesome. 32 evolution points, 154 tradable days of lifespan, golden grade items, 10 silver grade items, plus golden gear for the assassin class. Perfect." A dazzling notification appeared in the center of the screen. Golden grade cultist necklace assassin accessory. Plus 15 agility. Plus 20%. Cooldown reduction requires level 7. Unique effect, summon a loyal silver level cultist to fight for you. Cooldown 600 seconds. Qin Feng examined the necklace carefully, nodded and said to himself, "This is solid. 20% cooldown reduction. Wearing it means Shadow Strike has 92 seconds left. Poisonous Dart, 37 seconds. Shield Shadow Slash, 88 seconds. Boss fights will be twice as smooth. I'll keep it without hesitation." But before he could catch his breath, a strange sound rose behind him, and a glowing circle appeared. Then a giant iron pillar emerged from the ground. Qin Feng flicked his fingers proudly. "Perfect clearing the monsters here. The mechanism finally reveals itself." He stepped closer and tapped the cold iron face. After a few seconds of inspection, he confirmed, "This is it, the final hidden mechanism." A crisp cracking sound echoed, signaling something was happening. The ground beneath Qin Feng began to shift and tremble. He immediately switched to intense observation mode, eyes wide open, carefully watching every movement, his face tense. Suddenly, a huge hole opened beneath his feet. Without hesitation, Qin Feng jumped down, muttering, "Is this an up and down elevator?" After moving for a while, it stopped without warning. Qin Feng stretched and shook his head, sighing. Finally arrived. Feels like I was dragged down 300 to 400 meters. Truly a journey through the Earth's core. He looked up at the ceiling, half surprised, half cautious. Before him was a winding, confusing maze. He exclaimed in surprise, a hidden maze beneath a shrine. Qin Feng moved forward to explore, mentally switching to commentator mode. There's a chance of hidden mazes appearing in ruins. In my past life, I've uncovered quite a few. They're full of traps, but if someone acts as a shield, exploring isn't too dangerous, just time-consuming. With his current stats, stepping on a trap would probably just mean some punishment. Having just gotten this powerful item, he pulled out the cultist necklace to check again. Golden Grade Cultist Necklace. Assassin Accessory, plus 15 Agility, plus 20% cooldown reduction, requires level 8 to activate the unique effect of summoning a loyal silver-level cultist to fight for you. Cooldown 600 seconds. Without hesitation, Qin Feng activated the skill. A cultist appeared from a brilliant light, slowly kneeling with utmost respect. Qin Feng raised his hand calmly and said, "Lead the way. Scout ahead for me." The monster silently retreated without resistance. Qin Feng crossed his arms and observed a slight smirk on his lips. Having a subordinate lead the way made him feel much more at ease. However, this maze was far from friendly and full of dangers. To ensure safety, he decided to prioritize upgrading his dodge skill first. Without hesitation, Qin Feng allocated evolution points using 1+2 plus 3+5 points, leaving 24 points remaining. The result was the Demon Shadow skill Golden Grade Transcendent level. This passive skill increases dodge rate from 15% to 75%. When successfully activated, he becomes completely immune to all damage. After reading the description, Qin Feng was so excited, he wanted to dance on the spot. He pondered 75% dodge is already impressive, but with the remaining points I can upgrade Shield Shadow Slash to Transcendent level. Without blinking, Qin Feng immediately invested 13 evolution points, leaving exactly 11 points. Shield Shadow Slash now reached Diamond Transcendent level. This skill allows a slash in a specified direction with a range of 2, 7, 3, and 10 meters, accompanied by an illusion lasting 912 seconds, dealing continuous damage with 7 slashes to all enemies in range. Each slash is 4 to 5 meters long, with damage increasing by 300 to 500 points per slash. Just hearing this made Qin Feng eager to test it immediately. After the upgrade, he paused to contemplate the skill evolution mechanism. Some truths gradually became clear in his mind. He told himself that if a skill starts at Transcendent level, upgrading to Legendary only costs 1 point the first time, saving an unimaginable amount. He continued analyzing logically and scientifically. To reach Legendary level requires 10 times the base points. Low-level skills need many upgrades, possibly consuming hundreds of points. But with his ability to start skills at Transcendent level from now on, all his skills will begin at least at Transcendent level or higher. With the remaining 11 points, he decided to invest further in the Shadow Strike skill, without hesitation. He pressed confirm 3+5 evolution points, spent 3 points left. Shadow Strike jumped from silver to gold, then to platinum. This skill allows invisibility for 16 to 24 seconds, stealth break damage of 90 to 150 points, and cooldown reduced to 22 seconds. Qin Feng calculated that with a 35% cooldown increase, the actual cooldown was only 16.3 seconds. However, he still felt the cooldown was a bit long, and the stealth break damage not impressive enough. He promised himself to improve the entire skill set when he returned. Lost in thought, a boss stepped onto a large tile the size of a desk from afar, stomping down hard enough to shake the ceiling, making him sweat. A giant stone sphere fell from above, crushing the boss and ending its career in an instant. Then Qin Feng jumped to the scene, observed, and shook his head, declaring the summoned creature dead. He decided to wait for cooldown before summoning a new one. This maze was complicated, and full of deadly traps, so he had to proceed step by step, hoping to find some good loot. Meanwhile, upstairs in the shrine, the atmosphere was tense. The remaining players were still searching for a mysteriously missing member. One hurried over to report Captain has checked thoroughly. Those two monsters really disappeared. The Grey Rose's voice choked as she asked back what. She calmly stepped into the hall, raised her hand, and declared, "Our lifespan is almost gone." Someone must have defeated those two bosses and taken the group's lifespan. But who could do that? A group member quickly guessed, at this stage, the only one who could kill two silver-level bosses so fast is the Big Darkness boss. Others widened their eyes in surprise. So the Big Darkness boss really came here. Our lifespan was drained. The Grey Rose sighed and nodded. Seems so, but thinking about it, it's a blessing. Otherwise we'd be dead again. She rested her chin on her hand, thoughtful. When I first arrived, I glimpsed a figure who seemed to be talking to the monster. Could that be Darkness? What skill does he have to pull the boss into a vortex like that? His strength is unfathomable. Just watching makes me want to use him. Back to Qin Feng, he persistently summoned cultists to scout ahead. Unfortunately, each cultist would step on a trap after a few steps and silently vanish a truly short-lived army. After struggling back and forth, Qin Feng finally reached an ancient wooden door. He sighed. After 3 hours, I've finally arrived. This must be the maze's end. From past experience, rushing in blindly means certain death. Even dying hundreds of times isn't surprising. Without hesitation, Qin Feng summoned another cultist, knowing this one would likely never return. But scouting traps requires sacrifices. One cultist stepped forward to the large door, which looked no different from a university exam hall entrance. They crossed a trap-filled, brain-twisting path, each step making their hearts pound. Upon arrival, Qin Feng signaled the cultist firmly. "Open the door for me, no questions." The obedient cultist pushed, but despite effort the door didn't budge, sweating and unsure whom to call for help. Frowning, Qin Feng muttered, "Can't open it." Strange. He stepped forward, placed his hand on the door, gathered his strength, and prepared to push with determination. The door creaked softly and then opened wide without any shouting or fanfare. Qin Feng was slightly surprised. His serious expression shifted to one of bewilderment. That was easy, he thought. He continued to observe the space beyond the door, his eyes focused. As the two stepped inside, they encountered a chest tightly locked and wrapped with sharp barbed wire. After a moment of observation, Qin Feng stopped and pondered. The chest was covered in sharp spikes and firmly locked. Nearby, an NPC was sitting guard. Strangely, there was no information displayed about this NPC. Curious Qin Feng approached his curiosity as keen as a bargain hunter. He thought to himself that all information was a mystery. This was the first time he had encountered an NPC so mysterious that it gave no clues at all. The NPC emitted a strange sound, half human, half machine. Suddenly, the NPC knelt down and golden crystals flashed around before vanishing without a trace. Qin Feng scratched his head and muttered, "What's going on?" It disappeared. At the same time, the barbed wire around the chest also evaporated, without a word of farewell. Looking closely, the barbs wrapped around the chest had indeed vanished without a trace. Qin Feng pondered deeply. Although he couldn't extract any information from the mysterious woman, his intuition told him everything was connected to the judging eye on his body. He carefully examined the chest, his mind racing. The golden light radiating from it suggested it might contain transcendent-grade items. However, he remained cautious, not ruling out the possibility of a trap or a lurking boss. After careful consideration, Qin Feng calmly ordered, "Open the chest." The summoned cultist obeyed without resistance, following the command absolutely. The moment it touched the chest, a blinding golden light flared up so brightly that anyone faint-hearted could have collapsed instantly. Squinting into the chest, Qin Feng's excitement soared as he saw a skill book specifically for assassins, combining both active and passive effects. A formal announcement rang out from the chest bestowing a transcendent-grade assassin skill book. Passive effect targeting weak points increases the chance to hit weak points by 100% doubling weak point damage. Active skill throat / the next attack causes a throat-cutting effect, dealing 100% physical damage per second for 3 seconds. Cooldown: 60 seconds. Qinfeng's eyes widened in amazement. This passive effect doubles the chance to identify monster weak points, and the active skill is maximally enhanced. He analyzed with a logical and passionate tone. If I activate the skill and deal 300 damage, the enemy will suffer. An additional 300 damage per second for 3 seconds, totaling 200 damage, 3 times the normal amount. After reading the skill book, Qinfeng smiled brightly, full of confidence. He thought, "This is definitely a big haul. My burst power has increased several times. One hit and the boss will have to kneel and beg for mercy." Without hesitation, he gathered all the items in the chest. He neatly stored them in his divine bag and turned to leave, calculating as he walked. "All thanks to Xiaohei. I'll sell the remaining items to her group for convenience. Now it's time to return." Thinking this, he immediately called Xiaohei and told Wang Meng to return to the small town. "I'll sell items to him." Da Lizi happily responded. "Big boss, you're done exploring great. We'll return to the small town too, just in time for shopping." Before long, Qinfeng had arrived back in town, still maintaining the calm and composed demeanor of someone who had just swept through an entire ruin. He was taken aback by the noisy, bustling scene before him. Blinking in surprise, he exclaimed, "Where is this?" The townsfolk crowded around him, shouting excitedly, Darkness is here! Darkness! Darkness, big brother! Add me as a friend!" "Are you really?" "Darkness, I'm the chairman of Lan Ding Group in Zhanghai City and want to invite you to the Darkness Group. Big boss, you still need followers, right? I'm known as 666. A feverish wave spread non-stop as people jostled and pushed, shouting loudly, "Big boss, we're from Firefly Town. This is my sister. She's crazy about you. I mean, no harm, just want you to remember me. We're from Shortstown. Please let us follow you. I'm willing to marry you. I'm from Beach Van Island. I'm from..." Qinfeng weaved through the crowd, thinking that it seemed the portals connecting the towns had opened. That meant he could go to Firefly Town, where Song Fei was. Seeing the situation getting out of control, he immediately activated his stealth skill and slipped away from the crowd. The others stared at each other, then began to complain chaotically. He disappeared already. "Damn it, who told you to rush in? You were pushing too, and you even introduced your round-faced sister. Now you want to jump in." While chaos continued behind him, Qinfeng quietly approached Da Lizi and called out, "Xiaohei." Da Lizi turned and smiled brightly, shouting, "Big boss?" Before she could say more, he turned his head and shouted loudly, "Captain, the big boss is here!" Before Qinfeng could react, his eyes quickly darted to one direction. It turned out, Qin Xiaoyu was lurking in the crowd, hiding behind a few other players, her eyes fixed on him. Qinfeng thought to himself, why is Qin Xiaoyu here? Wait, why did she join Wang Meng's group? With her skill level, she might drag the whole team down. He frowned and reminded himself to be extremely cautious. Now the whole world knew the name Darkness, but his true identity must never be revealed. This power still couldn't fully manifest in real life. More dangerously, countless eyes were watching him. One small slip-up could send him off immediately. Meanwhile, Qin Xiaoyu kept staring at him, thinking, is this really Darkness? He's so powerful compared to Wang Meng's group. It's a world of difference. If he helps me level up, I might meet Song Fei in just a few days. Without further delay, Qinfeng took out a batch of items and calmly declared, "These are perfectly suited for your group's professions. These basic skill books will also boost your combat abilities. Altogether, 200 tradable days of lifespan." Wang Meng almost choked. "What, that much? All golden and silver grade, I can't afford that?" Qinfeng replied casually. "No problem, just owe me." Wang Meng was so moved he almost dropped his armor. "Thank you. I don't know how to repay you. If you ever need anything, just say the word. We'll do our best to support you. Wang Meng turned to distribute the items to the team, shouting, "Oh my god! Big Darkness Boss is amazing!" Another shouted while equipping gear. "I get to use golden gear so early, it's like a dream come true." Wang Meng nodded firmly. "This is a golden grade skill. I'm 5 times stronger now. Plus the big boss lets us buy on credit, showing how much he trusts us. Hoo-hoo!" Meanwhile, Qin Xiaoyu stood silently waiting on the side. After checking the items, Wang Meng hesitated. Why is there nothing for the priest? Qin Xiaoyu was startled and stammered. Another member cruelly said, "If there's nothing, there's nothing. Following us and gaining experience is already a blessing for your family's next 7 generations." Qin Xiaoyu hurried forward, eyes shining and smiling nervously. Politely, she said, "Hello, big boss. I'm the priest in Wang Meng's team. May I ask if there's no equipment for priests?" She casually sent a friend request, holding on to a faint hope. But life wasn't a dream. Right after sending the request, Qin Xiaoyu was met with a cold rejection. Qin Feng glanced at her without a word, his silence so deep it could be heard blowing through her fragile heart. Then he turned away, leaving the priest standing alone with her unanswered question, without a glance or sign of hope. Qin Xiaoyu watched his figure fade away, heartbroken, stammering. Where did he go? Wang Meng nearby comforted her. Maybe this time the big boss didn't bring priest gear. Next time for sure. Another person interjected with ill intent. I don't think the big boss even cares about her. But Da Li Zi, she's dreamy like a divine dragon head, unseen, tail unknown. Oh my god, he's so handsome. Meanwhile, Qin Feng quietly entered a quiet building, walking slowly and muttering to himself. In his backpack was still a golden grade priest staff, not to mention a golden grade priest skill book, but such valuable items couldn't be easily given to Qin Xiaoyu. He thought further as he leveled up countless gear, and skill books would become unnecessary and could be sold. Wang Meng's group, backed by the government, really needed these. He couldn't let Qin Xiaoyu affect their cooperation. He had to quickly find a new priest for the group to replace her. He had to find Xiao Shui as soon as possible. Xiao Hui was Gu Yishu, who once managed the Executioner Guild in his past life. She had a hidden profession in the priest class, Whitebird Priest, always accompanied by a white bird that helped heal and boost skill effects. In his past life, she was the only priest Qin Feng saw who could single-handedly defeat transcendent-level bosses and was an excellent teammate. Compared to Qin Xiaoyu, she was far superior. Right, Qin Feng suddenly remembered Xiao Shui was also in Firefly Town, just like Song Fei. What a coincidence he could find her and recruit her into Wang Meng's group. Without another word, Qin Feng stepped through the space gate that led to Firefly Town in an instant. The town appeared in the hazy sunset. As soon as he arrived, he immediately activated his stealth skill and glided lightly through the alleys, beginning a calculated reconnaissance. While walking, he overheard a heated argument between 2 players. "Hurry back! The silver-level boss is almost dead. It'd be a waste to let it escape." The other growled, "Damn it, Song Fei brought all his sisters along. Today we have to take down that pale-faced guy." The other's tone was full of bitterness. "I don't get it. He's just a small star but has a whole fanatical crowd." Qin Feng was sneaking a look, thinking, "So fast I just got here and they've already found Song Fei's trail." He silently followed the 2 people as the 3 of them reached a canyon where the wind blew fiercely, making their hair flutter. Observing the gloomy terrain, Qin Feng immediately recognized this as the Morning Mountain Gorge, a level 5 area where the monsters were mainly dual-headed fire elementals and phantasms. Suddenly, a shocking shout came from behind Charge, now accompanied by the philosophy of the one being attacked. "Dare to hit me." "Come on, Dai!" Qin Feng quickly hid behind a tree, his eyes sharp. A chaotic battle erupted as players rushed in to fight the monsters, resembling a free-for-all brawl where everyone chose their own spot to get roasted. Frowning, Qin Feng muttered, "Dual-headed fire phantasms. Aren't those silver-level bosses?" The situation was truly chaotic. Not only were monsters fighting, But players were also taking advantage to attack each other, truly a scene of mourning and wailing. At that moment, glancing to the left, Qin Feng spotted a group of girls forming a protective circle around a young man. His serious intuition told him that the one being protected was Song Fei. The two young men from earlier lost their composure and charged straight at Song Fei, shouting hoarsely, "You bastard! Last time you ambushed me and stole my lifespan. Today I'll make you pay." The other added confidently, "You think hiding behind those mages keeps you safe? I have a skill specialized in mages called Zuohu. You're dead now." Before they could strike, a female mage from Song Fei's group stepped forward, raised her staff, and struck one of them on the head, shouting, "No one is allowed to hurt Brother Song Fei." The attacker dodged, bewildered. What the hell? Qin Feng stood outside, observing and analyzing sharply. Song Fei was a rebellious mage in his past life who convinced all his female fans to switch to the mage class and donate all their gear and skills to him, helping him advance rapidly. But the problem was, he was the only proper mage in the team. The female fans were all over the place. Some invested all points into intelligence, becoming fragile glass cannon mages with high damage but low defense. Others put points into agility, becoming running mages who specialized in harassment. Some invested in constitution, becoming tanky mages. The best was the one who put all points into strength, using staff skills to bash enemies. Despite this comedic lineup, they were extremely strong early on, draining players' lifespan wherever they went. No one could stop them. But as the game grew harsher, the female fans began to drop off rapidly at a pace that was heartbreaking. On the other side, Song Fei wore a sorrowful expression, rallying his fans. "My sisters, you've worked hard. It pains me deeply. I just hope the boss dies quickly so everyone can rest. I wish this world was full of love instead of violence." A chubby female mage moved by. His words shouted, "It's not hard at all, Brother Fei. You're the one who suffers the most and shouldn't have to endure this." She then rallied the sisters, "Charge kill this rotten thing. Don't let it hurt, Brother Fei." The enthusiastic girls shouted, "Monster beware, Song Fei is the only one now. Brother Fei, fly high. We'll follow you forever." Suddenly, the boss shot a flame toward Song Fei. A female fan immediately rushed out to block the attack and protect him. Song Fei sat down, feigning concern. "Oh no, are you okay?" The girl, though injured, smiled. "Brother Fei is always like this crazy for you." The chubby mage continued encouraging the sisters. "Come on, girls, if we kill this ugly monster, Brother Fei will rise to number 1, surpassing that darkness guy." Others cheered, "Oh, conquer the world! Ding Feng Yun always stands with Brother Fei." A beam of light summoned by the female mages struck the boss, causing it to roar in pain. Song Fei stood aside, secretly smiling. "It's almost dead. How could one person fight such a tough silver-level boss alone? That darkness guy must be cheating." He thought further, "I have a whole group supporting me, yet I'm only level 7. How does that bastard darkness level up so fast? Once I kill this silver boss, I'll reach level 8. Haha. Darkness has been stuck at level 9 for so long. I'll surpass him and become the number 1 god of this game." Suddenly, Qin Feng appeared, grabbed Song Fei's head, and swiftly passed by. One sharp slash severed his head from his neck. Qin Feng calmly said, "Shield shadow slash." Song Fei's head still lay in his hand. He squeezed it tightly, distorting the face. A female mage was startled, turned around and shouted, "Brother Fei." But before she could say more, Qin Feng had already swept through the group of female mages, cutting them into pieces. "You have killed the dual-headed fire phantoms and gained 1,500 experience points. You have killed the rebellious mage player. You have killed player Song Fei. You have killed player because forever follows you. You have killed player Xiao Fei." Continuous damage numbers appeared: 1995, 1 knife, 1000, 99, 1 note, 94121, 1 echo. The remaining players were stunned. What, they killed the boss shrine, a skill dealing thousands of damage, insanely powerful. My skill only does over 100 damage, but they're hitting thousands, 10 times ours. Moreover, this was a direct area attack that took down both Song Fei and his fans. Someone shouted, "Who is this assassin? Could it be darkness? It must be the big darkness boss, the first to kill a golden boss. Who else could be this powerful? Everyone shouted in unison. Step back and leave the boss's loot for the big boss. The big darkness boss. Only killed Songfei's scoundrels to vent our anger a bit. A girl shouted, Big boss, you're the best. Keep it up. I love you. Hearing this, Qin Feng felt cold inside. These people only feared him if he made a move against them. If this were his past life, they would have attacked him long ago. Returning to Firefly Town, Songfei was resurrected there. The system announced, you were killed by darkness. You lost 106 tradable days of lifespan and 18 years plus 113 non-tradable days. Songfei was horrified. I'm dead, killed by darkness. Why did he come to our Firefly Town, Jung? High City has hundreds of primitive towns. Why did he come here to steal my boss? The female mage fans also resurrected, shouting, Ah, I'm dead. Why, Brother Fei is dead too. It's darkness. Why did he kill Brother Fei and us? One angrily said. He definitely wants to steal the silver boss. That evil guy ambushed Brother Fei while he wasn't paying attention. Shameless. A girl with blue hair stepped forward and asked Songfei, Brother Fei, can I join your team? I'm a marksman with Hawkeye skill that can detect invisibility. The mages immediately became alert, pointing and telling her to back off. Brother Fei said we only need mages. Your monster-killing efficiency is too low and will drag Brother Fei down. The girl was startled. But who is Songfei? He stepped forward, arms wide, smiling brightly. Don't say that, everyone. I always believe love can overcome all barriers. He took the girl's hand and said, I feel your strong affection. Even if you're a marksman, it's okay. Come with us, we'll grow together. The girl was moved by his sweet words, and tears fell. Brother Fei, I love you. Other female fans also crowded in. Brother Fei, I'm an assassin. I have invisibility and can retaliate against others. Brother Fei, I learned a crowd control skill that can freeze enemies. Songfei radiated the aura of a protagonist. Everyone, we are one big, loving family. Anyone who wants to join is welcome. Here we are always united. The fans became emotional, tears flowing. Ah, so warm. Following Brother Fei forever. No regrets. They shouted in unison that darkness guy only relies on assassin skills to ambush and has no martial virtue. If he dares to touch Brother Fei, he must pay dearly. Yes, yes. When we control that darkness guy, Brother Fei will finish him off to show what happens when you anger our Brother Fei. Guards kill that darkness guy. Guards protect Brother Fei. Guards because of Brother Fei. We must destroy that darkness dog. Nearby players heard this and were confused, wondering what was going on. One laughed mockingly. Heh, don't you know, that guy was killed by someone from outside the village. Really? Even with a bunch of girls protecting him. How could he be killed? The opponent is darkness, you know. Darkness is high level. Does that darkness guy really dare to face these people? I think these girls aren't normal in the head. After sweet-talking to charm the fans, Songfei smugly thought, Great with so many witnesses when I kill that darkness guy. Everyone will see that no matter how strong he is, a lone person can't do anything, especially a lowly assassin. How could he compare to a noble mage like me? Meanwhile, Qin Feng was using the greedy hand skill. The system announced you received 16 evolution points, 217 tradable days of lifespan, 6 silver-grade loot items, and 1 golden-grade loot item. Qin Feng immediately upgraded the skill. Liberation Blessing. The system announced you spent 10 evolution points, 9 points remaining. Liberation Blessing skill reached epic level and then legendary. Passive effect improved. A weak point damage increased from 100% to 200%. Weak point hit rate doubled. Active skill next attack causes throat cut effect, dealing 100% to 150% damage per second for 3 seconds. Cooldown reduced from 30 seconds, 22.2 seconds, to 25 seconds, 18.5 seconds. Qinfeng silently calculated that with the weak point, hit rate doubling from 100% to 200% weak point damage, when hitting the target had doubled. If exaggerated, wouldn't half the enemy's body become a weak point? Then his Shadow Slash could deal even more weak point damage. The throat cut damage was enhanced and cooldown reduced from 30 to 25 seconds. It felt like he could one-shot a golden boss. Initially, an epic skill required no evolution points to reach legendary level, but evolving from legendary to mythic required 100 times more points. From legendary to mythic required 200 points. According to this rule, evolving Greedy Hand to epic level requires 210 points, and reaching legendary level needs 340 points. I only have 9 evolution points left. What can I do? I'll upgrade the Backstab Enhancement skill then. The system announced you spent 8 evolution points, 1 point remaining. Backstab Enhancement skill upgraded from Golden to Silver level. Passive effect, improved back attack damage increased from 30% to 40%. Qinfeng marveled that a silver level boss and its players helped him earn over 400 tradable days of lifespan. What a bargain. Time to head back to town. Suddenly, a female assassin rushed from behind to ambush. Qinfeng glanced briefly, then perfectly dodged by leaning aside. The girl shouted, "Die!" Darkness! She kept slashing down, but only hit air. Panicked, she screamed, "Why is this happening?" After the failed assassination, she was furious. She immediately vanished on the spot, kicking up a cloud of dust. A group of Songfei's fans shouted from above, "You bastard Darkness, you're surrounded! We're here to avenge Brother Fei." Below, Qinfeng immediately activated Shadow Shield and Stealth. A female archer nearby raised her bow and shouted, "Yeah!" A female mage also yelled, "We must avenge Brother Fei." Below, Qinfeng immediately activated Shadow Shield and Stealth. The female archer snorted coldly. Useless. My skill can track invisibility. She shot an arrow into the sky. Feathers fell, but only revealed the female assassin who had failed to assassinate Qinfeng. The group didn't realize she was an ally and cheered excitedly. Great! We found him. The sisters unleashed their strongest skills to attack him. Countless attacks rained down on the female assassin. She panicked and shouted, "Wait! I'm not him!" But it was too late. The attacks hit her directly. The group above realized they had attacked the wrong person. The chubby female mage hurried to explain, "It's okay, it's not important." Anyway, she wasn't a real mage and didn't truly like Brother Fei. This was her punishment. Release the tracking birds and quickly hunt down that Darkness guy. The female archer immediately obeyed. Suddenly, Qinfeng activated the Demon Fire Spirit Bell, a special item. The system announced, shaking the Demon Fire Spirit Bell causes a 3-second immobilization effect on all enemies within 100 meters. Cooldown 600 seconds, 521 seconds remaining. All the female fans were locked in place, unable to understand what was happening. The female archer was horrified and unable to move. A shadow flashed by, followed by a series of rapid slashes. It was Qinfeng's shield shadow slash. He approached Songfei, who was hiding confusedly, wondering what had happened. Did they all die for no reason? Was it that Darkness guy? No way, he wasn't even here. Then Qinfeng stood close to Songfei and whispered in his ear, "Songfei, you're dead." Songfei jumped in shock. He hastily raised a magic shield, shouting, "Damn it, but how could he resist?" Qinfeng threw a poisonous dart through the shield, piercing Songfei's forehead. He immediately collapsed to the ground. Looking at the loot on the ground, Qinfeng muttered, "This guy is still stubbornly alive." He still had about 2,000 tradable days of lifespan left. But why did his female fans have no tradable lifespan? Could it be they intended to give all their lifespan to Songfei for a long time? Didn't they realize that divine tools were just a game? These people were fools. What a pity. If they had tradable lifespan, I could have earned hundreds of days. So these things could only be left for the surrounding monsters to benefit from. At the resurrection point in Firefly Town, Songfei was resurrected and angrily shouted, "Damn it, I only have 500 days left out of 2,000 tradable lifespan." The chubby female mage beside him asked the female archer, "Why didn't you use your tracking skill? Why couldn't you find him?" The archer hurriedly replied, "I used the skill, but only found that female assassin. I saw the invisibility level in the attribute panel. Maybe the darkness guy's invisibility level is higher." The female mage nodded. "I also saw that my anti-invisibility skill is only level 1 and can only detect level 1 invisibility. From level 2 and above, I can't see him." Song Fei was furious. "That damn darkness guy comes and goes without a trace. How can I defend against him? I haven't offended him. Besides, he stole the boss. He shouldn't have come back to kill me. He's stirring up the fanatical players. For everyone's safety, let's go somewhere else to level up." Everyone shouted in unison, "Wherever you go, we'll follow." At this time, Qin Feng had also returned to town. Not seeing Song Fei and his group, he wondered suspiciously. Strange, Song Fei and his group aren't here. Did they go to another town or log out? He asked a nearby player, "Hey, do you know where Song Fei and his group went?" The player was startled by Qin Feng's sudden appearance and said, I'm scared to death, Big Darkness Boss. The player pointed in one direction. "Big Boss Song Fei and his group went that way. Please kill him, but I have a small request when you kill Song Fei. Could you spare my girlfriend?" "Her name is Fei Bao Ko, a female hunter." Qin Feng replied, "I suggest you change your girlfriend." He thought to himself that his girlfriend was probably a hunter with invisibility detection skills. The player hurriedly begged Big Boss, "Please, I finally found my lover." But Qin Feng activated Shadow Shield to become invisible. The player kept calling out, "Big Boss, please!" Qin Feng didn't care. He thought, "Although I know their direction, their purpose is unclear. Searching will take quite some time. If only Xiao Shui, someone reliable, were here." Suddenly a figure flashed by. Qin Feng was startled and recognized it as Xiao Shui. He deactivated invisibility and stepped in front of her. "Beauty, can you help me with something?" "Xiao Shui," she was surprised. "Are you? Darkness?" Qin Feng nodded. "I heard you have the ability to search for targets over a wide area, right? Help me find Song Fei and his group. In return, I'll sell you a platinum staff at a cheap price." Xiao Shu was delighted. While operating on her screen, she was puzzled. "How do you know I can search for targets over a large area I've never told anyone?" Qin Feng smiled. "Don't worry about that. Just say if you want the platinum staff." Xiao Shui nodded repeatedly. Yes, but I'm afraid I don't have enough money to buy it." Qin Feng replied. "Just a few hundred days. The original price should be at least 100 to 100 days." Xiao Shui doubted. "Really?" Qin Feng nodded. "Make the deal with me." The system announced the transaction was successful. Xiao Shui held the platinum staff, smiling brightly. Hey, platinum staff." Qin Feng tapped her head lightly. "Get to work." Xiao Shui nodded. Yes. She released a tracking bird, thinking, "It's clearly my first time meeting the Big Darkness Boss. But why do I feel so familiar?" She asked, "Big Boss, aren't you afraid I'll steal your stuff and run away? Won't you help me?" Qin Feng laughed. "Why don't you hate Song Fei?" Xiao Shui turned to him. "How do you know I hate Song Fei? Are you my friend in real life?" But his voice didn't sound quite right. Qin Feng chuckled softly. "Guess." Xiao Shui was straightforward. "I'm too lazy to guess." She released the bird to continue the task. Her eyes lit up, following every movement of the bird. What the bird saw, she saw too. Xiao Shui reported, "I found Song Fei. Coordinates 3.8669527, but I'm not sure they'll stay put when you arrive. They might have moved." Qin Feng nodded. "Add me as a friend to track them and update me." Xiao Shui worriedly asked, "How long do you need me to track them? If it's too long, I'll—" Qin Feng cut her off. "Just a little while." Then he immediately left. After a while, Qin Feng arrived at the canyon. Suddenly his eyes flashed. At a forest, he suddenly stopped. Xiao Shui was puzzled. "Why did you stop?" Qin Feng approached a tree with strange markings and said to Xiao Shui, "Help me check if there are any other large trees nearby with similar markings." Xiao Shui was confused. Okay, she reported. There's one tree 100 meters from you and another 100 meters to the left. Qinfeng placed his hand on the marking on the tree trunk. A strange light emitted. Xiao Shui asked, "What is that marking?" Qinfeng smiled, "Guess." Around Qinfeng, the lights formed a triangle. At the center, a yang treasure appeared. Xiao Shui was amazed. "Ah, a golden grade yang treasure." Qinfeng marveled. "I didn't expect to receive blessings from ancient gods in the newbie town. How lucky even a yang treasure appeared." Blessings from ancient gods can randomly appear on sacred land, dropping some strange markings in an area. When all markings are activated, the blessing unlocks, which could be a powerful monster, a yang treasure, or even a special yang treasure. Xiao Hui was excited. "Big boss, you're so lucky. This yang treasure can be sold for 1,000 tradable days of lifespan." Qinfeng stepped beside the yang treasure, thinking silently that her estimate was quite accurate. In his past life at this time, the rate of buying and selling tradable lifespan in real life was 1 in 10,000. By the second day, the rate had increased to 1 in 50,000. Shoshu also thought silently that the big boss only needed to brush past the markings. With her searching ability, she could detect them herself in the future. The system announced, "You have opened a golden grade yang treasure and received a golden grade skill book, Curse Flower." Qinfeng was puzzled. "What is Curse Flower skill?" The system announced, "Curse Flower golden grade multi-target skill. If used on a player's corpse within 15 seconds after death, the Curse Flower will grow on the enemy's body, continuously draining their tradable lifespan until it reaches 0. No cooldown." Qinfeng was amazed. "Wow, this skill is perversely powerful. In my past life, I heard about this skill. It's called Curse Flower, which fits perfectly. Just kill a player and protect the corpse, and the Curse Flower will drain all their tradable lifespan. Song Fei's glorious era ended here. This time I will kill him until he quits the game. Then I must quickly reach level 10 to convert these resources into reality and thoroughly eliminate him in real life." Thinking this, Qinfeng immediately took action. Elsewhere, Song Fei and his fans were fighting a boss. After defeating the boss, Song Fei thought, "We've run so far that Darkness Guy can't catch us. He already stole my silver boss and killed me twice. That's enough. He won't chase me here, right?" His face showed a sinister expression. "Once I level up more, I'll come back to settle the score with that damn Darkness Guy." Suddenly, the chubby female mage shouted, "Fei, look! Someone's fighting a boss over there!" Song Fei immediately got excited. "Oh no, those people look like fans of that Darkness Guy." The chubby girl growled angrily. "What?" The fanatic fans became fierce. "They're fans of that bastard damn pests. They just want to help him level up. Sisters charge and kill them all. We can't let them stop Fei from dominating the leaderboard." Seeing the fans approaching, a young man holding a shield happily said, "Great, someone's here to help. Hello everyone, this boss is almost out of health. Let's take it down together." But he was met with a staff striking his face. A full-force blow from the fury of the chubby girl. His companions panicked. "Captain, what are you doing? Are you crazy?" The chubby girl and her group were full of hostility. "This is the price for those who worship the Darkness Guy." Another girl looked confused. "What darkness? I don't understand what you're talking about." But she was met with arrows piercing her eyes and mouth. One remaining person screamed in horror. The fierce female archer shouted, "Be the leader and get lost. Wipe out the darkness fans and monsters here. The vast sky, loyal heart love flies to the end of life." Then the arrows continued flying toward the monster and the remaining person. Immediately, both the monster and the player were defeated. Song Fei looked at the dropped loot excitedly and shouted, "Oh my God! Thank you! My beloved family, I was almost betrayed by those darkness fans. I didn't expect them to be so sinister and cruel." His fanatic fans burst into tears. "No need to thank us. Wherever you go, we'll always think of Brother Fei." At this moment, Qinfeng appeared from afar, observing the cheering crowd. He immediately activated Shadow Shield and Stealth. A fresh voice rang out, "Song Fei." Hearing the voice, the crowd turned pale and panicked. Song Fei was startled and tried to turn around, but before he could see anything, his head was severed. Qinfeng's cold voice said, "He's dead. The fanatic fans screamed in pain, Brother Fei. Qin Feng's body gradually appeared. He immediately cast the Curse Flower skill, a bright red flower blooming from Song Fei's neck. The fanatic fans were horrified. What is that? The scene shifted to the resurrection point. Song Fei was resurrected, angrily shouting, "That darkness guy, are you sick? Why do you keep targeting me? Because I have so many sisters around me. Are you jealous of me? Damn it, that bastard came to Firefly Town because of me. Could the girl he was courting also be my fan? But what does that have to do with me?" The system announced his tradable lifespan was continuously decreasing 400, 393, 870. Song Fei panicked. My lifespan is less than 400 days and still dropping. What the hell is going on? Dying multiple times and being punished like this. At that moment, his fanatic fans also resurrected. They screamed in fear. Brother Fei, it's not good that darkness guy cast a skill, a red flower like blood grew on Brother Fei's body as if it's sucking something from him. Song Fei was shocked. What? My body is growing flowers. That flower is draining my lifespan. The system announced his tradable lifespan. 340, 350. He thought, that damn darkness guy is too vicious. He wants to take my life. I have to log out immediately. If I get killed again, my lifespan will be depleted. He turned to his fanatic fans. Everyone, let's log off first. I'll go buy more lifespan and come back to complete my gear. Then we'll fully arm ourselves and fight him together. The fans shouted in unison, Brother Fei, wherever you go, our hearts are there. Song Fei gritted his teeth, thinking, just wait, darkness. This isn't over. I spent over 2.5 years training hard to get where I am. I don't believe I can't use money to beat you. Meanwhile, the curse flower continued to spread over the bodies of his fans. Qin Feng continuously absorbed tradable lifespan. The system announced, because the player has killed too many others, you are now on the 4th floor. Upon death, you will lose 96.875% of your current lifespan. But Qin Feng didn't care, and muttered, another 1,000 days of lifespan. Song Fei's group had indeed killed many monsters, but now the absorption had stopped. It seemed Song Fei and his group had logged off. From above, through the tracking bird, Xiao Shui continued to observe everything, horrified. She thought, this is truly the power of darkness, the #1 ranked player. Terrifying. Qin Feng looked up and asked Xiao Shui, Song Fei has logged off, right? Yes, Xiao Shui replied. He and his fans have all logged out. Qin Feng instructed, all right, be careful from now on. Let me know immediately when he comes online. Xiao Huat nodded. Understood. Big boss. So, can I go now? Wait, Qin Feng held her back. I have a golden grade skill book for the priest class, Holy Sword Judgment. Do you want it? Xiao Hu's eyes lit up. I want it, Qin Feng said. Wait for me at Firefly Town, Xiaozhen. At Firefly Town, Qin Feng handed Xiao Huck the skill book. This skill book is worth 500 tradable days of lifespan, but if you agree to one condition, I'll sell it to you for half price. Xiao Shui was startled and shouted, Big boss, I'm not selling myself. Qin Feng was helpless. What nonsense, I only ask you to join a team and be their long-term healer. Xiao Shui sighed in relief. All right, but if they're too bad, I'll report to you. Qin Feng smiled. They're not that bad. Their strength is decent. I'm in contact with them now. Meanwhile, Wang Meng had just defeated a monster with a hammer. His whole body was poisoned. He sighed in relief, finally done. He turned around urgently and said, Hurry, Qin Xiaoyu! Detoxify me! Qin Xiaoyu! Fumbled. Detoxify. What? Wang Meng was impatient. Every priest has detox skills. Hurry, I can't take it anymore. Qin Xiaoyu pretended to understand. Ah yes, I know this skill. She shouted true purity. But the skill hit a tree instead. Wang Meng immediately coughed up blood. Kang Li nearby dodged in panic. Qin Xiaoyu stammered, sorry, I released it wrong. Everyone worriedly called for the captain. So Wang Meng was rushed back to town. In town, everyone tried to comfort Wang Meng. He was angry, holding his face, thinking I have to replace this babysitter immediately. But where can I find a professional priest? All the good ones already have teams. Meanwhile, Qin Xiaoyu was excited. Wow, this game isn't that hard. Level 4 already. Great. At this rate, I'll meet Brother Song Fei soon. At this time, Qin Feng messaged Wang Meng. I have someone with a hidden profession. Divine official with decent strength. Does your team want her? Wang Meng calmly replied. Big boss, you said decent. That's definitely good. If you introduce her, no problem. Qin Feng nodded. She's at Firefly Town. Few people farm monsters there. Come team up and level together. Understood, we're heading there. Shelltown is too crowded. We plan to move to another place to level. He turned to look at Qin Xiaoyu hesitantly. Qin Xiaoyu, Shelltown is too crowded now. We need to go somewhere with higher level monsters to level up. With your current skill, it's a bit dangerous, so we can't take you. Qin Xiaoyu was startled, but I think I can still... Before she finished, Wang Meng's group ran off. No time. Hurry up, Qin Xiaoyu, take care of yourself. Qin Xiaoyu froze, gritting her teeth, thinking, bastards want to abandon me. Just say it straight instead of making excuses. I'm tired anyway. I'll find the big darkness boss to guide me. Meanwhile, Wang Meng met Qin Feng. He transferred 800 days of lifespan to Qin Feng, saying this is the lifespan left from buying gear. Last time still short, 500 days. Soon our captain will come to thank you. Qin Feng thought lifespan is really hard to get in this game. He nodded. All right, this is Xia Shui. He's Wang Meng. You two introduce yourselves. Suddenly a voice rang out, Wang Meng, I'm here. A girl with the ID Upholding Justice appeared. Qin Feng looked at her and thought, this is definitely An Wu in the game. She uses the ID Upholding Justice, a unique hidden profession dragon swordsman, one of the top 20 strongest in the world. In the past life, a pillar of the government, a nightmare for countless hostile foreign forces. An Wu approached and shook Qin Feng's hand warmly. Big Darkness Boss, I'm very happy to meet you. I'm An Wu and I admire you greatly. Qin Feng replied, hello? He thought, this is the first time I've met a player stronger than me in my past life in Abandoned Gods. An Wu smiled. Big Darkness Boss, you're developing too fast. Got any secrets? I joked before that maybe you're a time traveler or reincarnated, Qin Feng thought. According to my memory, An Wu wasn't on Wang Meng's team. Seems she represents the Zhanghai government and has bought a lot of tradable lifespan. The dragon swordsman has strong survivability. With lifespan on her, the government must be very assured. An Wu continued. Big boss, if you have gear to sell, sell it to us. We'll take anything. The Zhanghai government's lifespan is all on me. Big boss, you won't kill me, right? Qin Feng smiled. No, I'm not a sycophant. Cooperation that benefits both sides is best. An Wu smiled brightly. Heh, I know you're smart. Qin Feng thought, every sentence is probing. Just as rumored, An Wu looks innocent, but is actually very clever and tough. She's now the bridge between me and the great Xia government, saving me a lot of effort.